Hydro field cuts through my neighborhood.
Hello, everybody. I hope you are having a good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, and when you're watching. I have the Yona on with me tonight, so I'm gonna bring in here. Sorry, Steve's whispering to me. I have no idea. There's the Yona.
I wasn't really whispering. I was just going.
Oh, I know what you were saying. Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yona,
hey.
what do you think of that?
Oh, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. That's four corners of fuck censorship, like a Navajo sweat lodge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got the white, the black, the
I
red,
think
the yellow. Here we go.
Censorship.
Oh, hey, Stever, did I tell you about that new song I wrote? Quarantine Dream, the 9 Inch Snails remix.
Nice title. Shit.
Yeah, it's kind of a dystopian song about, getting on Amtrak Joe's boxcar to freedom. And, you get off the boxcar and they either tell you to go left or go right. And if you go left, you've got a lives of making knives. And if you go to the right, you take a shower and then you don't ever have to work again. Of course, you're dead. But
I thought one of those was going to be like, there's a broken pipeline to the left. And, something.
But like actually the inspiration for it was
Russian tanks to the right.
Like I just started playing this song and I was making jokes with my my nepson there, and then like as he was listening to it, he's like, that really sounds like some 9 Inch Nails, and I was like, yeah, kinda, but I was like, it's like 9 Inch Nails slowed down. It's like more like 9 Inch Snails, and then he's like, you know what? He's like that's like the Johnny Cash remix of Hurt.
Yes.
When he remixed that, and I was like, you know what? It does kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of weird as a musician, whenever you just start like improvising and just making up shit, and then you go back and play it, and then you start listening to it closely, and you're like, ooh, that, I think that's a little bit of Allman Brothers that rubbed off on me, and then that's kind of got moments of Slash and Skinnerd, and what's going on, man?
We're
I've
just
been
cycling.
Influenced.
We're cycling through our influences,
What's
Yona.
the date?
Yeah.
What day is it?
The 27th. It's April.
Yeah. It's January the 27th.
It's 11:05 p.m. Eastern Standard.
The clock is on the
time.
The computer. I know the time it is and the date. If I look at the computer.
Yeah, that thing that's in front of you shining on your glasses. That's the thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna read what is in the book, The Language of Letting Go, like we usually do.
Shadow fan. Holy shit.
So January Shadow Band is coming on tomorrow night, guys.
That gamer's saying hi to him. I'm like, God damn, that boy's up late.
I know.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Well, he can listen to our passage in the book.
Excellent.
And
I'll follow it up with a cover song for you, a little minute and a half of art and music, because it's fearlessly authentic here. Always.
Exactly. And this book sometimes refer to God and whatever. It is like Alcoholics Anonymous style book. So I just say whatever higher form you do or do not believe in, and take what what works and what doesn't. Like that type of deal. So for January 27th, we have needing people. We can find the balance between needing people too much and not letting ourselves need anyone at all. Many of us have unmet dependency needs lingering from the past. While we want others to fulfill our desire to be loved unconditionally, we may have chosen people who cannot or will not be there for us. Some of us are so needy from not being loved that we drive people away by needing them too much. Some of us can go the other extreme. We may have become used to people not being there for us, so we push them away. We fight off our feelings of neediness by becoming overly independent, not allowing ourselves to need anyone. Some of us won't let people be there for us. Either way, we are living out unfinished business. We deserve better. When we change, our circumstances will change. If we are too needy, we respond to that by accepting the needy part of us. We let ourselves heal from the pain of past needs going unmet. We we stop telling ourselves we're unlovable because we haven't been loved the way we wanted and needed. If we have to shut off part of us that needs people, become willing to open up, be vulnerable. Let me say that. Wait, that sounded funky. If we have shut off the part of us that needs people, we become willing to open up, be vulnerable, and let ourselves be loved. We let ourselves have needs. We will get the love we need and desire when we begin to believe we're lovable and when we allow that to happen. And the affirmation for that is today I will strive for the balance between Steve.
Sorry.
Today I will
Just trying to breathe. Forgive me.
We do this with the giggles. So again, today I will strive for the balance between being too needy and not allowing myself to need people. I will let myself receive the love that is there for me. Mm, that is good. That is
Wow.
the balance, you know. And I never know, like, I don't read. This is not a book I read like front to back or anything. I don't know what any of them say.
Need balance, you do.
It's always a surprise. And then,
Well, I was hoping that this song that I was going to try to follow that up with would kind of mesh in with that. But I was going to do a cover of Hurt by Nine Inch Nails, which clearly
let me do this part first.
Totally matches that. Totally, completely. Everything you just talked about is what the song I Hurt Myself Today just to see if I still feel.
Mm-hmm.
The needle tears a hole just to see if I still feel pain.
Yep.
And it goes through all that shit. Literally what you were just talking about is literally what Trent fucking Reznor's talking about this song. Back to you, Lucky. We're professional here.
We are.
And back to Captain Ted over there.
Okay, so this one is don't make assumptions, communicate with clarity. That's a cool card. And then the back of that card is communication. Oh my gosh, Steve, you're very loud.
Hey, just going to get the guitar.
Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. If all humans would communicate with impeccability of the word, all of our relationships would change. There would be no wars, no violence, no misunderstandings. All right, I'm going to say that one more time. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. If all humans would communicate with impeccability of the world, all of our relationships would change. There would be no wars, no violence, no misunderstandings. These cards up. I'm really bad at there you go.
It's a funny thing, Lucky. Trent Reznor really took that to heart and changed the lyrics from "Let's freaky deaky" for intimacy and decided, you know what? I need to speak more impeccably. Let me just tell it to you straight, girl. I want to fuck you like an animal so I can feel you from the inside. You get me closer to God. Right? Well, what a pickup line.
Yeah.
But the video doesn't really go with that vibe. So anyways. Oh, there's a great mashup.
I'm going to try to catch up on this chat. We'll see if you do some music.
All right, here we go. Live Yona on the keyboards.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, that old familiar stain. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. And everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. Woohoo! I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts that I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear, and you are someone else, and I'm still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. And everyone that I know goes away in the end. If I could start again, a million miles away, and I would keep myself. I would find a way.
All right. And now for the Nine Inch Nails piano remix. Everyone
No deal.
Just make it up as we go along. We're doing it live.
Fuck yeah.
This is what we, this is our mutual aid for the soul, like it's whatever we need at the time and it just flows, that's what we do here. And fuck censorship.
Seriously, I'm like playing that and then like talking about people dying of pills, and it's like literally montage flashing in my eyes. Like,
yeah, I feel that.
Fuck, man, that just took me to a very dark place. I'm sorry. Fuck, man.
Oh,
that's why, like, for our community particularly, you can call us vaccine hesitant or whatever. We've seen the effects of pharmaceutical advertising.
Well, we don't owe any fucking explanation.
Drugs.
We don't owe any fucking explanation. Fuck that. Call me what you want. I don't care. Let it go.
It's different when you've seen Big Pharma kill people, and it was long before anybody ever came up with coronavirus and coronavirus mRNA vaccine. I'm talking about OxyContin and fentanyl.
Dude, I've lost,
Dilaudid and
dozens of
Percocet,
friends
Darvocet,
over the years.
And
like
all the
Percocet
drunks,
and Vicodin, and
all the drunks I know, they're still drunk. They're still alive. All the potheads I know, they're still fucking high and they're still potheads. Even half the fucking cokeheads and crackheads I've known throughout my life. Went to high school with them. They're like, "Oh, what are you doing, hanging out with crackheads, Yoda?" It's like I got family members, and I went to school around here, so go figure. But I actually know fucking people. And the thing of it is, the only category of Yona friends that's all in the dead column are the fucking pillheads. Everyone that got on that Big Pharma train, they didn't come back, man. It's possible.
It took so many people, bro.
It can be done.
Same thing here. It's all over the country. I've lost so many friends around Connecticut and Rhode Island and Massachusetts when the doctor shopping was good. Fucking everybody's got fucking Oxy 80s, and it was off the fucking chain, man. Like so many people passed. I fucking friends.
Dude,
and loved ones.
Oh yeah, I got my new CAT scans from the back doctor with my fucking lumbar shots. I'm catwalking to every motherfucking pharmacy. Give me them pancreas.
I have.
Yeah, dude.
I have a spinal fusion in my lower back. I have 3 metal bars and 4 screws back there. And had I not had the surgery when I did, I probably wouldn't be walking at any point without a cane, a walker, or possibly a wheelchair, depending on the level of damage, because my disc was bone to bone. And so, like, usually you have a cushion between your discs, and that's like, that's what like helps them move. But mine was bone to bone, so there was nothing there. So it was like constantly pushed out on my nerves in my back. So like I had sciatica so bad that sometimes I couldn't go anywhere or do anything. And I ended up having 1 back surgery, and then oh my gosh, that is so
I got to tell you that sciatica sounds worse than a New York prison, right? You know what I'm saying?
Seriously?
Hello.
Attica.
Oh my God. I got the whole C block fucking rioting down here on my lumbar, man. Oh God.
On my
fucking sciatica. Where's the New York State Po when you need them? Or at least a fucking epidural. Help me out here, Doc.
Is there a guy up in the gun tower, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, I pulled it a couple times, but I was in a bad car accident, and I had 2 back surgeries from that. So, but I'm okay. You know, I am able to still dance, and that's what's important to me. Although I'm like freaking out of shape from not dancing, you know, for 3 or 4 hours a night, a few times a week, you know, heavy duty, like, don't touch me, I'm sweaty, I'm in just a freaking tank top and like the least amount of clothing that I can possibly have on, because I get so hot dancing that many hours. And, you know, like, oh, I miss it. I miss the live freaking shows.
Frenzies, live fucking frenzy rituals. Fucking ritual is important. God damn it.
You know what works for the Yona after 4 hours of nonstop dancing? What really cools me off is a fresh coating of Vicks Vapo Rub and a fresh pinky to chew on. Oh, I can feel my jaws.
Like, are you sure that was Molly?
I know, that doesn't seem like that was Molly.
Oh no, Yona's gone raving mad. Woo!
Does he have more gum? I remember standing there in line waiting to go into a show. Somebody's like, "Oh, you got gum?" He's like, "No."
Do you see what
Got more
Popeye
gum.
said? He couldn't stop laughing during his MRI because it reminds him of old
Yeah.
car alarm. Popeye. I've had so many MRIs, like I can't even like tell you, because my first back surgery was 2002, and the second one was 2008. I want to say somewhere, 2008 or something like that. But yeah, they gave me, like, I had bottles and bottles of like freaking Vicodin, just, you know, like extra, because I didn't need it. And
yeah, Vicodin never lasted around me. It was just like you know, like when I was full on, it was I need like your whole script to get through my day or whatever. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. Like eat 30 pills in a day was nothing, because they're like 5, you know, the 5 milligram jammies or 0.5s. I mean, good Lord. I'm really glad those days are fucking past for me. And I know that if I ever got injured really in an accident or something like that, I'd be like, no, keep your fucking shit. I don't want your fentanyl. I don't want your fucking garbage. I'm good. I will power through this. Fuck you.
yeah, in America,
You know,
about the Chantix. Yeah, I took Chantix like a couple times. Never more than like a couple days worth of it. That's all I ever needed. But yeah, I didn't know that, you know, it was that dangerous when I took it. I thought like, okay, I can take something like this on a temporary basis, and you know, because I couldn't even take it at regular dose. It made me so sick. So like, as where you're supposed to take like one and then take, like, you know, go up on them, I never took more than like a quarter or a half of one, because I didn't need it. You know, it was so strong. So yeah, I took it for a short period of time, like no more than like a week or so.
That's the stop smoking shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I took that like when it first came out, and for like a week or something, I was like, fuck this shit. I was having crazy dreams and like,
that's a fucking Chantix, man. That's bad shit, dude.
I couldn't tell between like if I was having a lucid dream or it was actually waking fucking, you know, like in the morning and shit.
Yeah,
it was fucked up.
It was like
confusing
a movie.
as fuck.
My dreams were like a movie on that stuff. I remember, like, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, is that like reality or something? Like, it was weird. A lot of people had scary dreams, but I think the same thing is like when, you know, if you're on some kind of psychedelic or anything like that, like the mindset that you have and where you're at personally is what's going to reflect back through that, you know. But so the Chantix didn't like give me like any kind of creepy dreams.
It gave me creepy dreams.
They were like
weird
movies. Like, it was like my dreams
cinematic,
were
you know,
movies. Yeah,
everything turned into a Brian De Palma film, and it was fucking awful. I didn't like it.
Oh, wait. It's 27 minutes after the hour, Lucky. It's time for our Pillhead Lottery Bingo Picks of the Week. Are you ready? Okay. Let me pull
new
the...
to me. I have no idea what's happening right now.
All right. Let me pull the Pillhead Bingo selections of the week here for the Fearlessly Authentic. Okay. We have, drum roll, please, OC 160. GG249 and M361. If you have M361, GG249, or OC160, you are a winner.
Thank you for playing Prescription Medication Bingo.
Bingo! I got the methadone wheels. Okay.
I got the methadone. Oh, God.
Roll on, baby, like a wagon wheel. All right. Wow, I feel groggy.
Lord.
Hey, Mama, like me. All right. Okay.
We're going to be doing some earlier streams.
Trigger.
I'm not gonna only be in the late night. We're gonna do some earlier streams. Our schedule has
That's right.
really
If we wake up in time
opened.
tomorrow, we're gonna have a bunch of people on. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yes,
And
we're gonna have Shadowhand and Jack and
hoping-
Mona and Sleepy and all the fam. We're just gonna
a bunch of talented young folks that we've come to.
Yeah, and I have a journey of I have a story that about those guys and how that brought me to make this podcast.
Yeah, because she would sit there and listen to our Discord conversations and all those guys, and she'd be like, "No, dude, fucking let me talk to these fucking fools."
I would take the mic from them, but we'll get into that tomorrow because I want to totally bring those.
The funny thing is,
Kate. Nice to see
it's been over 12 years off and on working in food delivery at the different pizza joints, Pizza Hut and Marco's Pizza and other places I've worked at. I don't work there anymore, so fuck them. Anyways, through all this time, Yona time in the minimum wage service industry workforce, because, I remind people that the Yona speaks many languages, has actually got a college degree to teach foreign language, and is a licensed land surveyor and engineer. But since I'm in America, I make a living working minimum wage, collecting tips, delivering foods, because America. Anyways, I like my job. I'm not complaining. I get to feed cats and dogs every day. But, it's interesting what's going on here, It's real interesting. I'm making this Pillbilly remix.
Gamer said he has no idea what you're talking about.
Hillbilly.
Hillbillies.
Wiggity, wiggity. Y'all.
Talking about the history rhymes, man. It's real simple, you see. History doesn't always repeat itself word for word.
So
but
we gotta give a little
rhymes.
context though to this, right? Because this is Yona's spoken word that is amazing.
Well, let the man blow now. Come on. Now.
I know, but I wanted to give context to what he's talking about.
All right. I don't think it needs setup. It's like stream of consciousness shit that fucking hits you right in the fucking pineal gland.
Yeah, it's we already did some world premiere tonight with the Yona Stever collaboration on the Pillbilly remix of 9 Inch Nailsers there.
Nizers. 9 Inch Nizers. I like that.
Let's see. God, this stuff. You know what?
Gamer has a question.
Yes, Gamer.
He wants to know if you have a cigarette holder.
Please raise your head.
Oh, this? You're talking about this right here.
Yes.
That ain't no dang cigarette holder.
See if I can line it up.
Oh my God, I can see through it.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
That's like
We're like in a time warp with you.
like a big dookie cello that you can fucking hit.
Oh my God.
It's hollow. Woohoo! This is river cane. You see, it grows on the creek bank. It cost me, well, it was free. And we've been smoking out of these things for about as long as Homo sapiens has been walking upright. So, caveman tradition.
Yeah, kind of.
But
this
you know,
is what it is.
has many
Look.
points. There it is.
She has some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like right within reach of me. Isn't that funny?
Weird.
And then you have this.
That's a whole nother piece of cane. He said cane.
That is the that's the panther pipe that I got at Chichen Itza in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. And
That's fucking dope.
you know, it turns out you actually can bring all kinds of stuff like this just right through customs in the U.S. airport if you're dressed as a hillbilly from West Virginia and they don't search your luggage.
Excellent.
But it helps if you're a hillbilly.
That's a pretty easy costume, though.
You put on your rattiest, nastiest looking clothes, and you know, and then they look down at the tickets. They're like, "You're the two passengers that are catching that puddle jumper to Charleston, West Virginia, aren't you?" "Yep, that's us, I reckon." We don't need to go through your luggage. Your airplane's waiting out in the middle of the fucking runway. You're gonna have to take a bus to get out there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What?
I reckon that's us.
Okay. And then here we go past room after room of all these people just crying, and they're going through and copying their cell phone data and everything else. Yeah. I didn't even have a cell phone with me at the time. Well, I mean, I had one before I left the country, but I got rid of it. And then the one I had in Ecuador, I got rid of it because, you know, I was like, they may take my phone or not, but I'm not even going to have a phone for them to take. So fuck it. I'll just get a new one when I get there. Because they do that shit.
Yeah, they
See,
do.
I don't know if everyone here has been doing the whole, you know, passenger airport shuffle and everything, but anytime they want to just like, oh, hey, that's a nice tablet there. You care if we make a copy of it? Yeah, we're gonna make a copy of it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I really want to get on this airplane. I got to wear these 2 masks for 5 hours, but TSA wants to copy my tablet, so
I've been wearing 7 mask diapers on my face, and I'm tired.
Oh my
You know what the most insidious part of this abuse is, Lucky? Think about all the people that have been the most loving, trusting, kind, and faithful citizens. They've done everything that was told of them to do. They went out and put on the mask. They social distanced. They stayed home. They only went shopping early in the morning, late at night. They went and got the first shot and the second shot and the booster. And they did everything. And they repeated everything on Twitter. And everything, all of a sudden, boom, they get fucked up. They get the palsy. Or they get the thrombo. Or they get the myo. Or the perio. And all of a sudden, they go on their Twitter and they say, son of a bitch. This booster shot fucked me up, son. Half my face is fucking dead. And you are hereby banned from Twitter. They go to Facebook. Oh my God! You're an anti-vaxxer! Torches and pitchforks! And it's like, son of a bitch. They were one of you, like literally yesterday, until half their face fell off. And now they're public enemy number 1. They can't share their story. They're made invisible. They can't talk about their injuries. The people that they thought they were closest with, ideologically and politically, are now their most ardent enemies. And now the people that they've hated all along, saying that you're a bunch of dumb anti-vaxxers that hate everybody and want to kill grandma, they're the ones that are saying, listen, I still love you. I'm not mad at you for taking the vaccine. I'm not mad at you for being injured. I still love you regardless. I'm not one of these mean fucking assholes that's telling you that rape is cool, consent optional. No, consent is never optional, bro.
Right.
I don't care what you're trying to stick in me. If I didn't consent for you to stick that fucking thing in me,
see, that's the thing.
Form of fucking rape. Consent matters, motherfucker. But
The
this
thing
goddamn rape society.
when you sign a waiver, when you say that you consent to something, it's you sign one line. That is the thing. That is your consent. There is no pre-consent. There is no post-consent. It is or it's not, and that's it. And there are no options. There's no check B if you'd like a, if you'd like a do-over or an exemption,
It's all been like a rapist too. Well, you're not gonna have to get the shot. Oh, you wanna get tired. Here, let me scoot over here. Aha! How you doing over there? Now, remember when I said you wouldn't have to get the shot? Now, there may be a business mandate, so we may have to, bump up with these later on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't want to? That's cool. You can just test every day.
right?
You don't have to get it. You just test every day. Wait, tell you what. What if I give you a back massage? Would that?
I'll give you a back massage, and I'll give you a couple free tests. How's that?
What do you? Yeah. Here's some free masks and some free rapid PCR tests and a back massage. Now, do you feel that vaccine hesitancy melting away? Huh?
Did you get your coupon for the donut? We got with the Krispy Kremes. Oh man, they're so good.
Tell you what, I just got my Supreme Court decision, and I'm gonna put a chokehold on you and fuck you instead. Yeah.
How do you like
for your own good health? Because for the greater good, collectivist intimacy. Oh my God.
It is about your health.
Do you guys see this right here?
If only the Nuremberg Code applied in the United States and it was like in the United States Code. Oh yeah, it is. Never mind. We don't need this whole,
So
rules and courts.
This is not taught anymore. The Nuremberg Code, and I think it's really important to know this. Because this is from after the Nazis. What was it 1940?
45? 1945.
Yep.
Nuremberg Code of 1945.
Yep.
But to be fair,
47. It's 47.
Well, it was a couple years after the war. The war ended in 45.
Okay, yeah. So
the Nuremberg Court began then, but then the code was made at the end of the proceedings.
Voluntary informed consent. Fruitful result for the good of society, for extermination for experimentation on animals and prior knowledge of the problems, avoidance of unnecessary physical or mental injury, banning of known lethal or disable procedures. Degrees of list should exceed the benefits. Proper preparation and proper facilities to prevent injury or death. Performance of experiments only by scientifically qualified persons. Participants may freely end the experimentation. Experience must stop if it proves too dangerous.
Now, see what they've done.
That's like a basic,
Hey, Barbara B.
All right, this one's probably better.
So you know what they've done, Lucky? They're still honoring the Nuremberg Code, but the way a racist would do. So, it's informed consent unless Uncle Sam already paid for the dinner in the movie. Then he kind of bought it, so you kind of...
Right. You were leading him on. You wore that dress.
Yeah, it was that news dress, Anna. Boom!
So this is what happened, guys. This is in Nazi Germany. Germany physicians planned and enacted the euthanasia program, ignoring the drafted codes. Systematic killing of those they were deemed unworthy of life. The victims included the mentally retarded. Their word, I don't like that word. Institutionalized mentally ill and physically
the T4 program. Yes.
During World War II, German physicians conducted pseudoscience medical treatments utilizing thousands of concentration camp prisoners without their consent. Most victims died or were permanently crippled. This is something we cannot lose in our past. We cannot lose this.
My gosh. Oh my gosh, that's the perfect thing. I literally was about to read off this latest pseudoscience crap that I'm dealing with, where since the year 2013, the brilliant minds at the U.S. taxpayer-funded National Institutes of Health, shout out Francis Collins and Anthony Fauci, these evil fucks, since 2013, have been coming up with the pseudoscience of the psychology behind vaccine hesitancy. I think I shared some of it with you earlier.
Yes, I want to do a thing on that.
That's a good thing.
And I just want to read some of this bullshit, just so you can hear some of this language, some of this English vocab that they're spitting like White Rabbit from the other side of 8 Mile Road when he's got, vomit on his sweater from Mom's Spaghetti. Because this is some straight rap battle shit here, Stever. Oh, yeah. Put on your seatbelt, bro. Here we go.
Yo, kick that shit.
Vaccine hesitancy, a definition. Yeah. Shout out Marshall Mathers III with the red beard and shit. Yeah. I dig it, bro. Grow that beard, homie. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Okay. So let's see here. Gust and collaborators have identified 5 types of parental attitudes regarding vaccination in decreasingly positive order. Number 1.
I feel like you need your pinky out to say this.
Immunization advocates. Number 2. Now, granted, this is psychology. This is the science, folks. Okay. Number 2. The go-alongs to get-alongs.
Listen, don't pick on Pluto. It was a planet. It was a planet when I was a kid, and then it was a planet, and now it's a planet.
Now it's an ice dwarf in the Kuiper Belt. Anyways, number 3, the health advocates. Number 4, the fence sitters, and number 5, the psychological scientific category of the worries. Science, folks. Keep up with me. Keene and collaborators have distinguished 4 parent profiles of psychology. The more quote, I got to use both hands for air quotes here. The vaccine believer parents who were convinced of the benefits of vaccination. Go, a deer, a female deer, ray, a shining beam of light. All right, we're going Von Trapp on this one. Okay, and then you got
full-on Von Trapp.
Skepticism. All right, so now we're going to go to from the vaccine believers. Yeah, I'm a believer. All right,
vaccine believer.
All right, go monkeys. Oh, look out, macaques on the loose.
We're taking the last train to Clarksville with the Von Trapp.
Oh dear. Look out, Pennsylvania. Macaques on the loose. Viruses is going to spread. Okay.
There's monkeys everywhere.
Look out for my viral loads. Okay.
I gotta give Succubus a wrench. Do you have a wrench? Oh, guess what? You got a wrench.
You get a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench.
Hey, I am.
So let's see.
Fuck censorship.
After the vaccine believers, the next category are the cautious parents who are emotionally involved with their child and who have a hard time watching them being vaccinated. Okay, cautious parent, look away on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Boop, boop. Okay, we're good. All right, next category. Did you like my delivery?
A postcard in the mail that was like, that was all like, oh yeah, go get that thing, and you are a hero to the freaking kids, man.
You're a hero, superhero.
Hey,
superpower.
I can be a hero, baby. I can take away the pain. I could take your life away. Brought to you by Pfizer.
What are you doing?
Brought to you by Pfizer. Okay.
It's not brought to you by
All right, so let's see. We did the vaccine believers.
Are safe and effective.
We've got the cautious, emotionally involved parents. Okay, what's that? Relaxed. Okay, all right, here's the next one. The relaxed parents who were characterized by some general skepticism about vaccines, you know. Just generally skeptic, but they're relaxed about it. And then there is the Yona category. The unconvinced parents who distrust vaccines, vaccination policy, and narrative. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, Yona is skeptical. Yona is distrustful. Yona don't like your bullshit. Woogity boogity. I'm making the misinformation with the question and the bullshit. Oh, woogity boogity.
Do you see what happened?
You don't believe it.
Yoda is a little wound up, guys.
You don't believe it.
We're keeping it real here.
I'm not trying to get us kicked off YouTube. Always go by the FDA and the CDC because the Pfizer has told them what's best for you. Okay.
Safe and effective.
Woohoo!
What do we think is going to happen Wednesday?
Are you getting too smart for your own britches there, baby? Need some more dirt? Get you enough shot that Bo Derpa there.
Does Fred not have a wrench?
I have a question. I have a question. In all seriousness, have you guys heard the idea
No, he's
that-
got a freaking wrench.
that virology as a medical practice is actually just a sham because everything that they do is based on computer models instead of actual virology? You know what I mean? Like very few things have ever been isolated. Like the idea that everybody's like, well, I had the Omicron and then I had the Delta and then I had the fucking whatever the fuck, the East Jesus version. And then it's really variants are just fucking bullshit because who the fuck, nobody's ever fucking fully tested, right? I mean, like how often is somebody like, oh, I got the antibodies from this variant?
Listen, Yona is not
haven't actually proven.
I'm not endorsing cosmology, and I'm not endorsing horoscopes or Ouija boards, but at this point, Ouija boards are more accurate than Anthony Fauci. At this fucking point,
Boom.
a voodoo priestess is more of a fucking expert on pandemic response than Francis fucking Collins or Richard Bright. For fucking crying out loud.
Look up in the corner.
That's the Fauci up there above your head. Oh God, he's so creepy.
Oh, here he is. Look.
Creepy.
put their heads in the sand like an ostrich.
Hey, what happened to the feed there? Oh, there we go. And we're back.
Yeah, I had to show them the thing.
Ah, you know the thing.
I had to show them the other.
You know the thing.
Fauci. It was the Fauci.
The Fauci. She had to show everybody her Fauci. All right.
Okay, so Anna Maris, you know what made me think of Rick Overton? It was, you mentioned Groundhog's Day, which he is in that movie. So, and we're going to do another stream. We've already agreed that we are going to do that. So, yeah, Groundhog's Day I was like, wait, that reminded me of Rick. So, you guys, please go over and check out his improv stream. It is on Amazon Prime. So if you could borrow someone else's account that you know, or get a free trial and cancel it, whatever, however you can support that. I know it's a big ask, but you know, it's supporting him too. So
wow.
Oh my gosh. Popeye said Fred is an evil barbarian with a wrench in his pocket.
He's a giant among men.
Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. What's Horny Unicorn got to say? Horny Unicorn's always got something.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Edwards is just like 2.5 inches shy of being as tall as Michael Jordan. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Fucking guy's huge.
You know, I don't think you guys have heard enough categories. Let me hit you with another flavor of categories. All right? We'll call it categories. It's like win, lose, or draw. Hey, Steve, you got the marker? You ready to go? Let's do this, buddy.
Do you guys see us again? Like,
okay. Steve's drawing on the board. Okay, it's a triangle. It's a pyramid. It's a THC card. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Oh man, I suck at win, lose, or draw.
Okay, you guys freaked me out for a second. I'm like, are we not on screen? Are you guys just messing with me?
No. When I went over to the backstage, I went over to check the YouTube, and there was no sound and nothing. There was the borderline, but there was no video feed or anything that played. So if you played a clip or something, it didn't go over the YouTube. So you might want to do that again.
It was just because you were out of the frame.
Oh, because I
so they couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I had to show the other thing.
Oh, okay. So, finally, based upon a combination of mothers' actions and attitudes, Bannon and collaborators have categorized the participants of their mother's study into 4 categories. The acceptors, who agreed with or did not question vaccination at all. I accept it. The vaccine hesitant, who accepted vaccination but had significant concerns about vaccinating their infants, you know. And then there was the late vaccinators, who purposefully delayed vaccinating, or in some cases chose only some vaccines and not others. And then there is the Yona category, the rejectors, who completely reject vaccination. So just in this paragraph here, we've got immunization advocates, go-alongs to get-alongs, health advocates, fence-sitting, worried, cautious, vaccine believers that are relaxed, but acceptors, but late, but rejectors, but vaccine hesitant, because they're unconvinced.
Every time you say that, I hear the monkeys. Every single time.
Yeah, and because I'm using the science word, Steve. This is psychology, man.
Science words.
Science word, psychology.
Vaccine believer.
So what psychological category have you been diagnosed with, Yona? I'm in the go along to get alongs. It requires 5 hyphens to write my category. Very scientific terminology.
Scientific.
I mean, it's not like they're just totally making it up as they go along to get along and pulling
Right?
it straight out of their fucking ass.
That's preposterous.
That entire phrase was just hyphenated for those that
Science.
are listening and not reading. Okay.
You should play the other thing I made. Fun facts.
Who wants to hear more of the science words from the smart experts? That's an NIH.gov study I'm reading from. Oh my God, we're so fucked. Oh boy.
Just go down to the bottom of it.
Oh boy. Turns out ivory towers are full of fucking dumbasses. Shout out. Oh, I'm not going to say him by name. Lucky knows who. I'm not going to name names.
I'm not going to tell you what their name is.
Where is it? No.
But tell you what, I'm just going to super pack another bowl here. How about that?
Super pack, baby. Run it. Let me get my. Let me get my.
You got to smoke between the lines with Yoda to figure that one out.
What do you think of this one?
All right.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
That works for me.
Tony Fauci is a brilliant man.
May
He's
the
a brilliant man.
odds,
Can you see
may
that
the
math?
odds be in your favor.
Can you do math? Here's a little simple math for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for 1 out of 15 people
That's right.
and 1 out of 100 children.
And here we go. We're just.
That's right.
as our
Steve is
little
right.
break.
Used to think the world was flat. Really threw my hat into the crowd. I felt I had used up my quota of yearning.
We just needed a little Leo segue there.
Nice. That's right, though. The Steve is right. You know, the Fauci juices saved the lives of a bunch of youths.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm.
Yeah,
missing.
it saved a lot of people. Like 1 out of 15.
Yeah.
For every 15 that died, you saved 1. So that's pretty good.
And all you fucking idiots over there making you question. Forget about it. Don't even think about it. Just forget about it. Just trust it.
Yona, what is your favorite song to play? Is what Anna Maris is saying.
Just put on your fucking mask, okay?
My favorite song to play has got to be my Cardboard Box song.
Anthony.
That beautiful time when I became an urban Cherokee living in the cardboard on the sidewalk by choice.
That is romantic as fuck, bro.
You know, there's something about going to sleep to the sound of cars going over the overpass that's 2 inches from your nose. Yeah.
It makes me want to start playing Under the Bridge. Like,
I can only imagine now, like a lot of those places, like if you try to go to a soup kitchen or something, now they're going to be like, you can't get the hots of the car without a clot shop, bro.
Oh my God,
we were just,
that's happening. I got into this whole Twitter thing with this guy, and I think you guys saw it. But I got in this whole Twitter thing with this guy over, like, he's like, oh, I bring anybody. Well, he calls them homeless. I call them houseless because I don't feel like, you know, we all have a home on this planet. We all live here and inhabit it. So, you know, there was houseless.
That's how I got into it with that guy. I've been into it with this guy on Twitter now, day after day after day. He's so fucking triggered. He keeps just
Dude, he told me to leave his feed. He's like, you're a pseudoscience, blah, 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 and you just need to leave leave this thread. And I sent one other guy a thing about, like, you know, he was saying something about the shots, and I was like, about mandates, and I showed him the Nuremberg Code and like the actual official like document laid out, and I'm like, you're either on the side of the Nazis or you're not. There isn't there's no black and white when it comes to Nuremberg Code.
No gray, you mean? Yes.
Yeah, there's no gray area.
to be fair,
on the side of the Nazis or you're not. Either you think that it's okay to do experiments on humans and all of that and do awful things, or you're not. I mean, that's all there is to it.
To be fair, Lucky, to the USA, number one, you don't compare the USA to Nazis. You compare Nazis to the USA.
Boom.
Number one, shout out to the Freelander. Winners. Where's my winners? Are you tired of winning yet, Merca?
Merca.
Oh,
I mean,
You compare Nazis to America because America be killing it better than the Nazis. Nazis didn't force fax all of their school kids, but we are. Take that. Suck it, Nazis. We Nazi better than you do. Bruh.
they Nazi all up and all over them fucking Nazis. Come on.
Pull your
Genocide is America's best business. Okay.
see,
Pull your Godwin card on the Yona. Guess what? I got a whole stack of Godwin cards in my community chest, bruh. We're playing Monopoly tonight, and I'm the hotel landlord of Baltic Avenue. Give me that $50.
Do not pass go, motherfucker.
Has anybody ever finished Monopoly? Because I have never finished that game. I have always given up on it, and I'm like, hell no, this is stupid.
We used to eat acid for fun and drink too many beers and play Monopoly for fucking like epic, man. This shit would go on for hours and hours and hours, and every single time everybody would be pissed off by the end of it, and it was great.
You know, Lucky, I just want to apologize for being so quiet and depressed. And, I'll try to be more lively and animated. I know I'm bored as hell.
Try to come out of your shell a
We're
little.
like all over the place tonight. Hi, Uncle Warren.
Uncle Dub Dubs.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
I want to say thanks to all the people for, coming by and hanging out and freaking holding space with us fools. And it's good to see y'all.
Tell you a little something I learned about climate science there, Stever. They go down into Antarctica with these big drilling rigs, and they drill out ice cores like 2-3 miles deep, and they can count the bubbles in the ice and everything,
Uh-huh.
And it reminds me of one of the Yona jokes. I've been ripping it a lot lately, because I'm on this penguin fetish again. Every now and then I get fetishized with a different animal, and it just takes over all my memes. It takes over all my jokes. Different animals just move in, and they rock my comic world every now and then. And I'm on penguins right now, so
I love owls all the time.
Penguins are cool, man. I'm not judging.
I like penguins.
oh yeah. And so, what was the latest joke? Oh yeah, I looked down, and I read the tramp stamp, and it said, Antarctica, ice core.
Man, that's a whole subgenre, isn't it? Ice cream.
Got to read those ice cores.
You got to smoke between the lines, okay? These are the jokes, people.
You score, I score. We all scream for ice cores. Show me them oxygen bubbles.
So, if you guys want to learn about Florida animals and ostriches and some crazy things, you need to go watch the stream. And we even talked about giant sloths on the stream.
Oh, yeah.
With Reef.
What was the
there was ostriches
like,
and their mating dances and
like skunk foot or something, or there was some kind of
thing.
I don't know. There's about a lot of weird, like all the world's animals ended up in Florida, and now they just live in the Okeechobee and do whatever the fuck they want. Ostriches running across water, fucking eating fish, and
yeah.
Hey, Stever, do you know why those Florida sea cows are always trying to escape captivity whenever they're captured? The sea cows, the beautiful sea cows,
manatee,
the
manatee.
They're always trying to escape because they've been diagnosed with drapetomania. If you don't know drapetomania, then the joke fails. But
that was kind of like Dennis Miller fucking.
Yeah, that's a Dennis Miller joke. And see, that's the problem with the Yona history rhymes, because I put all the shit into my historical rhymes, and then they're not going to make any fucking sense unless I preface. So now I'm writing these fucking brand new poems that are lit as fuck, but I got to spend the first 2 entire sections of the article explaining. Well, okay, you see, there was this Triangle Shirtwaist fire, and then there was Ludlow, and then this happened, and then that happened, and while you were sleeping last 2 nights ago, like all these people died, and so, anyways, without further ado, now I'm going to talk about it, and so I have to explain all this
Did you
fucking
see what
shit.
Ward here
That
said?
was fucking hilarious.
Uncle Warren said Atlantis is under the ice in Antarctica, and Hitler knew it.
That son of a bitch.
There's stuff going on up there, guys. There's like pyramids and shit. Like, no. Oh my
Uncle
god.
Warren's on to it. Uncle Warren's figured out it's fucking penguin Nazis.
Nobody knew this, but that's what the whole extra bullet website is for, to raise money to go on an Antarctic expedition to Antarctica.
Excuse me, isn't there an emperor penguin? That tells you right there you're dealing with imperial ambition upon the part of the penguin empire.
Imperial penguin bastards.
Listen, Horny Unicorn wants to put a platypus up against a freaking crocodile, an alligator, crocagator. That's what I call them, guys. Crocogators, because you don't have to you're never confused. It's always one. It's their crocagator.
I could guarantee you that at one time or another, Jake Uger has thought in his mind of the word platypussy and gotten excited about it.
That is
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I don't want to talk about him.
That is
Gross.
as far as I can go with TYT grossness, because he is just like that epitome, and you can just keep circling back and pick him off every fucking 5 minutes because he is such a greasy, fucking disgusting human.
You can count on me, Lucky. Every time you finally get a nice taste in your mouth, I'll bring back that stank yogurt flavor for you. Don't you like chunky yogurt?
No. And you know what? Steve and Sky have not gotten me yogurt like the last 2 times they went to the store. And then, I gotta eat yogurt like every morning.
It's an insurrection.
I'm telling you, it's the type of chunky yogurt you can chew like beef jerky.
I mean, come on, it's local and it's organic, and they're like, I do the best I can if I'm gonna use dairy,
Oof.
So, I eat my yogurt. It's good probiotic.
What did you say about Hannah's derrieres? Something? I don't know. Nice new skirt.
So there is something that we need to bring up and clear up and just get it out of the way.
Show your TYTs, spot the camel toe. No, it's something else.
No.
Oh God, is Nina Turner still over there? What the hell are they? They are.
I think so.
They're like MSNBC Light or something.
They're the Hill Light, All right, I don't want to get
Democracy Now! Has done the same thing when it comes to. I mean, like Amy Goodman used to be my shit back in the day, and they're still good on some topics, but and then it's like again with. There's some media issues going on here, and
okay,
I'm going to get high as fuck right now.
Let me get into that real quick. So, as a lot of you know, we went over and we joined the network KRTD. We were sought out, and so we decided to join the network, and this was after I was censored by Joe Firestone on his stream. I did a whole show on it. We can probably put the link in the description, but if not, if you go down to some of the Fearlessly Authentic ones, podcasts on the channel, you will be able to find one that has Julian, and he's pink and he's flipping you off with both hands. So that is the one if you want to go and find it. And it talks about, I talk about in there how, I went on there and had a stream with him, and I actually played a whole stream and react to it afterwards. So I was censored on there with him, and I put that aside, and I decided that, I felt like, all right, well, I'm still going to give them a chance with this network, and so we went over, we joined. It was right at the holidays that we like started coming out with the premiere, and then we got sick with COVID after that. But we just found that it's just not a fit for us. And yeah, Horny Unicorn says Lucky gets censored a lot. I do. It freaking happens.
Sure.
And so that happened over there, and then we joined, and because I got sick, like I did not do a lot of the like tech stuff that I could have done. Because I also informed everybody when I joined that I don't do the tech stuff. Steve does the tech stuff. And since, both of us were sick, we didn't do anything like meetings or anything like that. We didn't broadcast. We take care of all of our own stuff over here. Every card that we make, all the clips, the streaming, all of that. We did not take anything from them in any way besides being on their network. We did not take any resources away from them. There was nothing extra that we did that we took from them at all. And there was a couple comments that I made because there has been censorship in the chats. There has been attacks on people in the chats. I'm not even just saying myself. I'm saying that it happened with Steve. People are told that, if they're not basically going along with the narrative of what is being said in the chat, you can't have any pushback. And there has been trolls within, trying to do stuff within the network. But
I want to say
I don't feel like censoring people is the way to go. I think that you need to have more conversation, not less conversation. Go ahead, Steve.
I was just going to say that having been in a few of those chat rooms for different people's shows, that there's like a fucking entourage of trolly people fucking with them. And messing with Jimmy, for instance, and Shane, and just being dicks. And I want to let it be known that that's absolutely true. That's absolutely a thing that I witnessed. But at the same time, I've also witnessed their reaction to anyone showing any sort of opposition. They get treated exactly the same way, and that was the problem we had with being censored and using censorship, because obviously. Everybody in here has a fucking wrench for a reason, like that's the thing of not censoring people, because it's important.
Yeah. If
Somebody
we don't
just
agree,
stole
come on,
Yona's
conversation.
Steve,
we
I was
invite
kind of
people-
thinking, man, my singing is kind of lame, and my songs really suck. I don't even know why I make fucking music, man. I just feel totally untalented, man, and I need more criticism.
Need
Where
more
am I gonna
criticism.
go?
Okay,
Yeah.
let me finish
I'm
where
gonna
I'm going
cry.
with it before Yona goes off. Okay, so
You're not that bad, man.
all right, boys.
You denied me the validation that I really needed for my esteem.
I need some affirmation over here.
All right.
And now I'm fucking destroyed. I hope you're happy.
All right, she's gonna mute us. Let her speak.
Let me just finish what I gotta get out about this, because I just want to be done with it. So besides that, being like censored in streams, and today our wrenches were taken away from us over on the network, even though we did nothing wrong, and I don't even know.
It was weird how
it's their own. Hang on, it's their own inner freaking. I don't know, their inner confusion or whatever it is, or communication over there on that network. And I had said something on Twitter saying that I'm just not pro. I'm like against censorship, and I don't think it's right. When someone else was calling out that they were censored, and I saw the actual chat, and I saw the thing. I did my due diligence. I don't just go around saying things that I don't have evidence or proof of, or I've seen anything, and me being who I am, I'm not going to sit there and just be like, yeah, it's okay. No, fuck that. It's not okay to fucking censor people. If you don't like what they're saying, then figure it out, talk it through, or just like be a freaking adult about it and have a goddamn conversation. Don't just tell people to fuck off.
Yeah.
And I put something up on Twitter basically calling out censorship and supporting, somebody and others. And I feel like, it's not, I was punched at. I'm not punching left. I'm punching up, and I'm standing up for what's right. And I'm not going to be silenced. I will not shut my mouth just because someone doesn't like how they behaved or they perceived a situation. It's just not going to happen. That's not who I am. And because I am as fiercely authentic as I can be, and I am, like I'm against censorship, I decided that wasn't the place for me. That wasn't where it was gonna, we weren't gonna grow there. Not in that way, not with that atmosphere. And, I don't wish any harm on anybody else. I hope that, things can work out however they're going to work out on that end. That's none of my business anymore. And, that's basically it that I'm going to really get into about it. The rest of it is just, it's not worth my time. It's really not. Like, there's so many other things that are so much more important than drama that, that happen. So,
yeah. I wanted to just include that, like no hard feelings, it's like shit is the way it is, and people take things the way they take them. And if you can't take a little pushback and have a grown-up discussion, and I just felt like I was questioned, like, why do I do live streams? It came up like, why am I doing a live stream? And I'm trying to, and they somehow assumed that I was trying to shit on whatever they were doing, and I was just pointing out a flaw in their plan and what they were doing, which was essentially, elections are fucking broken. So before you can fix that, you can't do all these other wonderful things that I believe that they're fucking, trying to do. And that was it. But then it came into like my integrity, like, how do you get off just playing music, And I'm like, fuck you, man. Have you ever listened to my streams? I'm trying to fucking lift people up. I'm trying to provide something that people can't easily fucking get in their lives a lot of times. So I think I'm not trying to be fucking Joe Noble guy, but I'm just saying that, it has merit trying to do that in itself, I think. And if you don't agree with me, that we can talk about it. And, other than the way that I felt there was like when talking to like Joe Firestone, for instance, I felt like he was like the schoolmaster and I was the wee student, and like I couldn't be his equal on any fucking, any terms. He just told me flat out I was wrong what I was saying, and that's it. You know what I mean? No discussion. And as soon as you push back on that, then that's where the fucking weirdness starts there. And I don't think that's okay. That's all. Yep. You look incredibly strong, horny unicorn. So I believe that you can lift people up. I believe that.
Vegan succubus, I would love to gather all the fam and do a camp out. I was saying that the other day.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I just feel like, being who I am, I wouldn't be authentic somewhere where I felt like I was being censored or, I'm sick. And so I don't do a couple streams, and I didn't bust my ass doing stuff on like different servers and stuff like that when we were completely new to everything. Like, no, I'm not gonna take that kind of shit. I'm not gonna take someone trying to put me down or someone trying to, project their own stuff onto me. Like, that's not mine to carry. And just like, the book said today, oh my God. Okay.
So
Like the book said today,
I was just gonna,
we need to have that balance, and that's just not balance for us. That's not where, it's not where we are. So we're gonna.
I'm just gonna add my 2 cents in here. I'm not only one to quote CNN, but tongue in cheek, I heard a profound revelation the other day from one Paul Begala, who was addressing the criticisms from followers in the Democratic Party to their policies and results on promises made. And, rather than looking at critique and responding to that critique, you could just ignore the critique, censor the critique, censor the messages, and then tell them, you know what? It's not that we're bad leaders or that we have bad content or that we're pushing bullshit. Problem is, we just have bad followers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Wait, what?
Hi, Trish. Yeah, like,
that was my 2 cents.
I don't want an echo chamber.
Here's your
exactly.
change.
Anna Maris said, robust debate is cool. Echo chambers in line with mainstream media, not so much. Exactly. I don't want an echo chamber. That's why I open up the streams and say, if you don't agree with us, then please come on. Let's have a conversation. We might not agree, but in the end, we can take time to do that. And
Vegan, I think that's a fucking like the best idea, to have a big fat fucking rager with all the fucking cool people that we have in our little community, and fucking just burn it the fuck down for a week.
And Lucky,
Get to know each other.
I don't want you to feel, Lucky, like you're the substitute teacher and that Yona and Steve are like shooting spit wads when you're turned around at the chalkboard in the classroom, because we're throwing paper airplanes now. We stopped the spit wads.
That's right. We stopped. We stopped with the straws.
I'm not telling anybody this because I want you guys to do anything. I'm just telling you my experience, my personal experience, and I'm not getting into like all of it. But if things are pursued and I need to, I need to put myself out there, then I will. But I'm not picking a fight. I'm not trying to tell anybody to not be part of them. That is your personal choice. My personal choice is doing this, is doing my own thing.
It's all good.
Being authentic for me. Like, this is what is authentic and my truth. And, and it's something that.
It's all good, man.
I kind of heard Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov pretty much elucidate with a finer, more lugubrious and sagacious fashion using his loquacious command of the English language. And Sergei Lavrov basically said, well, we tried to work with the other party, that being the United States, in regards to this issue, that being the Ukraine. And we're looking for some guarantees, that being security guarantees about NATO expansion further into former Iron Curtain Western Bloc country. Anyways, I'm putting in my footnotes. And so, long story short, Lavrov basically said, we're not making any guarantees. We're not taking anything off the table, but we're open to negotiations. And we also have a bag of dicks on standby.
That's right.
Are they attached to a freaking Doncopter?
Doncopters will be dispatched.
See, Yona keeps it right in the heat of the moment.
Keep it real.
I keep it real. I keep it right on the happening recent. That's what keeps my wit and my cunning.
Are you kidding me? The WEF consults with Yona just to find out what the fuck's going on.
That's right. I caught a whiff of the Davos group, and boy, do they stink.
Stanky. Like Prince Andrew after a hot night.
Yeah, because you know how bad he stinks where he can't perspire, you know.
Did you see what
He's
Horny Unicorn
incapable of producing sweat.
said? Did you see what Horny Unicorn said? Personally, when people go out of their way to tell me what's wrong with me, I take notes. I mean, yeah, you should like listen to what
Absolutely.
somebody's saying that doesn't agree with you.
Constructive criticism doesn't suck. You know, it's actually.
Oh, the truth's coming out tonight,
thing.
Yona. Where's my
thing.
Blues Clues notebook? I'm going to put it in my notebook with
What did
Blues
Steve just
Clues.
say? What did
Don't
Steve
hold
just
back.
say?
Tell me what you really feel about the Yona. What's the Yona taste like?
He's not made of pork.
See, you guys say you don't like to fish, but you like to eat the fish. I love to fish. So that's why we need an intentional community.
Yes,
where
and
the people who like to fish can fish and feed the people
and the people who like to smoke weed and fish can smoke weed and fish,
and help grow the
or
herb if
smoke
they're
weed
good
with
at
the
that.
fish, or whatever it is that you like to do. We try to, accommodate everybody. Yona will recite poetry while we fish and smoke weed, and it'll merrily, merrily, merrily.
Well, to be fair, the poetry is for the benefit of the fish. They really,
Well, clearly, they are the learned ones.
Hashtag Dongcopter.
Oh, yeah. Dongcopter Revolution.
DC
Horny
bitches.
says that he thinks that you hold back sometimes.
Oh, my God. Did you hear about Justin Trudeau?
You really phoned in that last coughing fit too, man. Come on, step it up, would you?
Like Justin Trudeau, he's like,
That was
okay,
fucking coughing. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge that coughing?
Let's appreciate that.
That was a really good cough, and you were.
I know there's all these truckers heading down the Trans-Canada Highway, and I know that there's all these people coming to Ottawa to protest my mandate, and I just took a rapid PCR test that said I'm positive, but an unnamed friend, an unnamed close friend of mine, you see, has tested positive. So out of an abundance of caution, I'm going into my bunker for 5 days while the entire country surrounds me.
Yes.
That's
How
what he
about
said.
you, Rubber Ducky?
That's
You got
what he
your
said.
ears on.
Uncle Warren said that you taste like chicken.
Yoda tastes like chicken. Well, of course he does.
What part of Yoda are you eating?
Convoy.
Well, you see, I taste like raw chicken because I'm red meat.
Dude, I dreamed about this thing since I was a little kid, like a real actual convoy like that. This is the biggest convoy that ever fucking happened. What do we do?
It is true, though. The Yoda is made of chicken. And the Yoda has been served at Guantanamo Bay before for lunch in the form of cock meat sandwich. Check Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay for reference. The part right before George Bush says, shut the fuck up, sit down, and smoke my weed.
That's right. Cock meat sandwich, ladies and gentlemen. Nice
cock meat sandwich. Bite the dick and run. That's the pro tip. Bite the dick, run like hell. Hope you know Spanish.
The poor dudes before Roldy and Kumar. Poor bastards.
What would we do without White Castle?
But right? Don't they fucking overtake the big dick fucking guard?
Yeah.
And they all escape, right? I mean,
yeah, that's right. And it all started with biting the dick. Next thing you know, freedom.
It's a beautiful tale. It really is. It's a beautiful story. Timeless.
It really is. When in doubt, bite the dick, America. Get your freedom back.
That's right. Here's a bag full. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I
America.
put sweet potatoes in the oven and a timer, and they were in there for a long time. But they're okay. Yeah, get away from them. Why? They're not. Stop. They're gonna burn yourself. Go over there.
Looks like I could eat them.
No.
All right.
Yo, go talk to Yona.
I'm talking to Yona. We're having a deep discussion about fucking cock meat sandwiches.
Stever and Yona have figured out the path to freedom for every fucking American. You're welcome, world. Hashtag
bite the dick.
Bite the dick. You're welcome.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a concept. It's a kind of a concept, babe.
Stever explained to
explain to Lucky how Harold and Kumar got the fuck out of Guantanamo Bay and back to fucking White Castle.
Harold and Kumar
Bite
were
the
like
dick
in
and
a
run.
cell next to these other two dudes who were like supposed to be like Muslim terrorist people, and they
Yeah,
were
like
very friendly.
Pakistanis. They're like
Pakistanis. I'm sorry,
that are locked up with
it was
them.
like Mr. Wilson was next door.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking about Mr. Wilson.
And every day the big giant guard with the giant cock would come down and be like, "It's time for your cock meat sandwich," and he'd make them blow them. And then this last time they did it, they stabbed him in the fucking neck and ran away. And Harold and Kumar got free and ended up at George Bush's house.
But before he got stabbed in the neck, what happened?
Oh, cock meat sandwich.
What happened when he first presented the cock meat sandwich? Though he bit the dick.
They tried to reason out of it.
I'm not gay. You're gay for sucking my dick.
That's right.
No, you're gay because you want me to suck your dick. Why don't you get a woman to do it?
They disagreed on that minutia,
Yeah. And then he bit the dick and then stab in the neck and then they're jumping that fence, man.
Boom.
Next thing you know, they're getting an all beef patty with 5 holes punched through it.
Like a rabbit on the run.
On a beautiful 2-inch by 2-inch square bun.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful story.
Mixed with little pieces of onion and 1 pickle.
Lucky's mic is so low compared to Steve's. Oh shit, we have to fix that.
I already turned mine up. I since did already do that.
You since already did it?
Oh my god, I think so.
Good. Let's see.
Mine wasn't in front of the mic.
Mine is plugged in a weird way. Can you hear me now? Mine is way too loud, right?
Oh my goodness.
We'll see. Oh, the Russians are here. Finally.
Yeah, we got some bots.
All right. Yay. Well, I guess I'm going to make a little dedication here to my good friend and an inspiration to me, to one and all, from Lahore, Pakistan. Lahore, which is French for the prostitute. Lahore, Pakistan. The prostitute, Pakistan. That's right. Lahore, very own
we gotta
Mr.
make
Wilson.
Sure. We got to make
Free
sure
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson gets out, guys. He's the slightly inappropriate Pakistani man who is my favorite slightly inappropriate Pakistani man who's in prison right now.
Yeah, he's just in county waiting to get tomorrow. He goes to court.
Yeah.
Terrible meal. That's true, Anna.
Oh, I guess it was low. Is it better now?
You can't hear her now? Are you kidding me?
All right.
Still too low. Okay, hold on.
Let's see if that works. Okay.
No, Aaron?
Compliance is guaranteed and all the freedoms you'll receive. Just stay down upon your knees. The government will give you what you need. Just believe. Your dependency. in the hole in my soul. When I think of Mr. Wilson helping them Koreans out in the cold that were just lost in Lahore, and they write in the language of Congo, and he just wanted to help them more. Now he pissed off the fucking rich mogul. Now he's in jail. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, she was just far away from the mic, actually, is what the whole problem was. That was beautiful there, Yona brother. If you guys
Special
don't know,
dedication for you, Mr. Wilson. Thinking of you, buddy.
if you don't know, Mr. Wilson basically got an Uber for a couple of girls that were leaving some grimy old dude's house, and now is residing in the Steel Bar Hotel overnight, and then goes to
That's
court
not
tomorrow.
really exactly.
Okay, well, tell him exactly.
Hang on, let me get the sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes take precedence. We're sorry, Mr. Wilson. It's only going to be a little bit longer.
Okay. You know what?
It's a shame they call such a tic-tac foul on my pick-pack pal. You know what I'm saying? Fuck,
Yeah.
man. Mr. Wilson is the ultimate Pac-Man. He eats up ghosts like it ain't nothing. Type something in the chat. Type something in his chat. He'll sing it in your face, motherfucker.
Dude,
Right.
Mr. Wilson
Wilson.
being a mod in Mr. Wilson's chat is the weirdest thing. There is people that say crazy shit in there. Woo! Okay, so Mr. Wilson, there was a lady and her two daughters who had fled from somewhere. This guy that was like really controlling and holding them captive, and like just really like they weren't being treated properly. So they went to Mr. Wilson's house, and you know they were like, okay, we'll get you an Uber to the embassy. That's what he did, guys. An Uber to an embassy. And now they're trying to say like he did something like wrong and that he was inappropriate or something like that. But he was live streaming like right after and right up until like, you know, they got him. So but the Pakistani law is not how it is here. So at this point,
Super fundamentalist there.
I think they're doing a GoFundMe. I don't have the link right now, but if you guys want to donate to help Mr. Wilson, they're trying to raise some money for bond or whatever, but he's got support. His sister came on the stream earlier and his mom did and his brother. So like they're getting the support that they need from, you know, from everybody. But like, yeah, getting an Uber for somebody there can wind you up in jail.
Now, you know, fortunately, we just had Mr. Wilson on a stream with us with Glory Jones, the Better Than Your co-host of Slow News Day. She also does the show with Comrade Misty, Speak to the Truth or Free the Truth or something like that.
Yeah, I lost my wrench over there, guys. They took away my wrench.
Mr. Wilson had explained to us that in Pakistan, unlike the United States, where we have a rule of law and it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, you know, justice is perfectly the same, whether you live in a trailer park in Miami-Dade or you're Jeffrey Epstein doing your home incarceration in Miami-Dade, still having child sex while you're on lockup. But totally the same. But in Pakistan, it's money talks and bullshit walks. And so if you have money, you can bribe your way out of it. But of course, in America, we all know rich people can't bribe their way out of crimes. Everybody pays the same. No money talks, bullshit walks here, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. So
I mean, it's not like just poor people are in jail.
Pakistani time, it's going to be, I think, 10 o'clock in the morning that his sister said that they should know more. I guess the lawyer was shit and he should have done more stuff and he thought everything would be fine. So yeah, if you guys should just keep him in your thoughts, I'm sure that there will be a stream going up. So if you guys have not subscribed to Mr. Wilson, it's Mr. Wilson is live, right? And then on Twitter, it's me_Mr. Wilson or me_Wilson or something like that. But yeah,
Now,
he is a really sweet guy on TV. He is much different. I mean, he's a freaking like mathematician, guys. He is freaking smart. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Am I being too paranoid to say this out loud, Lucky? But I think when Glory,
Night, Popeye.
when Glory and I and you were all talking about Julian Assange, and he picked up on it and said he could go and protest for free Assange in Pakistan, that can never make friends with the ISI. And if you don't know who the ISI are in Pakistan,
we can just say it's a 3-letter agency type deal.
Yeah, there are references to consult.
Yeah, you guys should definitely go back and look at the stream that we did last Friday we had Glory Jones come on, and I surprised her with Mr. Wilson. And then you came on, and then who else did we have come on? Snorky Y2K came on, and I asked him, how do we save the world? And he really didn't even blink. He was just like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. And like he knows that, like he knows. It's really amazing. He is like freaking like, oh my gosh, he's worked for a lot of agencies and places and done a lot of really awesome things that he cannot talk about because it's like, classified or whatever. But he will tell us some really awesome stuff that he can tell us, and he works with students. He's like a freaking like rocket scientist or something like that.
And he also holds records in the sport of cricket.
Really?
He is a cricketer. Remember, he told us about his mad cricket game.
Oh my gosh, I must have missed that.
Dude,
Snork is amazing. We have some really freaking amazing, talented people in our community. And I'm so glad for everybody that comes on and shares those talents with us. And, because you guys are amazing. All of you. Like, we wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you, because if nobody wanted to hang out with us, then, what would we do it for? What are you doing? Oh, in a wet bowl.
Relax.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh gosh. But yeah, let's have positive vibes for Mr. Wilson. I think it's gonna be I want to say it's 10 o'clock his time, so it might be around now. We'll have to keep an eye out and make sure that we don't get a ding on the phone, or it might see. I don't know. It's like a 10-hour difference. Gamer, I'm so glad that we came across you too. Like, you are the sweetest. And you know what? In the last few years, it has been really amazing to see you evolve, and you stop drinking, and very I'm freaking proud of you. Like, you deserve a pat on the back.
The Yona loves gamer, but the gamer knows the Yona loves gamer. And the Yona knows that the gamer knows that the Yona loves the gamer.
The gamer and the Yona knows that Steve loves both of you and all the rest of you people.
Yeah,
it's true.
You guys are.
I know that they know that. I know that they know that the love is there.
So yeah, positive vibes to our Mr. Wilson.
Know what I mean?
I love him, and I want him to be out and doing crazy streams with us again, because he is so fun to have on. So yeah, we had him on last Friday with Glory Jones, which was a surprise until he started typing in the freaking chat thing. How do I get the link? And I'm like, okay, dude, no, you just ruined my surprise.
He won me over and stole my heart singing birthday songs that, he was improvising, you're one day closer to your death.
We're all gonna die.
It was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, see, you guys, like, you are all loved in this community. Like, you know, I'm amazed that in the middle of like these really crazy freaking times, we were able to like come together and like, you know, support each other and not always agree with each other, because that's that's what I think is what helps us evolve and brings us closer to being on the same, you know, on the same level of things. You know, that's important.
It seems to be like a snowball going down a mountain too. It keeps growing and it's growing and it's growing and it's
Even though they are
growing.
throttling us
Very
big
little,
time.
yeah. And the
Yeah.
YouTube's throttling the shit out of you, and the Twitter's fucking hiding all your fucking shit and whatever. It's all part of it. But that's why it's cool, is because it's organic and it only grows a little bit at a time, but it seems to keep increasing. So I'm stoked.
Yeah. We have some really awesome people that come in, you know, like, and some people just kind of like stay in the background, or they come back in and watch later. And I love it because I get like Popeye or Barbara or whoever, and they'll like leave little like comments as they go through the stream, and I just absolutely love it. It just makes my day.
You know what really makes my day, Lucky? You know, there's all these content creators that I really respect. And, you know, I recognize the work that they put into it. And as such, you know, whenever I see them live, whether it's YouTube or more often Rockfin, you know, I'm immediately jumping on that. And some things are more regular, like, you know, Slow News Day or Black Bear News or other places where you might run into me on Rockfin chat. But, you know, others, you know, just kind of pop in and out, whether it's, you know, Ryan Christian with The Last American Vagabond, or Jason Burmis, or Max Blumenthal, or Ben Norton, or others. And so, you know, I you know, whenever I see it pop up, whether it's in Misty or Glory or Roar Media, anybody, whether it's Chanda or Oz or Amber, you know, so I'm jumping in all these places. And what's so awesome is, like, I'll jump into the chat and, like, you know, like Steve Poikinen on Slow News Day, or Burmis will look down in the chat and he's like, well, let me see who's in the chat there. Well, I see Jonas down there and I know he's already fucking high. And I'm like, oh my God. They really know me.
They really do care. They really love you.
You know.
Now you just gotta remind them that they need to come on the show. Well, Steve Pokemon, I already know he'll come on. He'll come on. He'll come on and do his thing. You know, I know it. Misty's gonna be coming on. We just gotta set up a date.
I'm hoping
we got Sabby coming on first week in February.
I'm hoping we get the Pokemon on there doing his Klaus Schwab. And,
oh my God,
you know, that's some classic stuff.
Seeing him outside of his element will be just so cute. You know,
the best funniest thing, like, since I've been doing this is being in the Discord with Prop and Shadowban, and they're both doing their best Jordan Peterson, and just like,
oh my God,
and, like, Shadowban is like actually reading actual stuff, you know, when the dragon and the man's afraid of the dragon, and like, you're bloody well right. Oh my God, that shit
bloody well know it.
That shit was having me on the floor. They're like, oh, it's the marmot got into the fucking Hadron Collider. That's what happened. Yeah. You know, that's why we're in this cartoon universe.
We have a whole story about Buddy, who is the marmot right here. And this is from Jack Sith. He had a marmot, and Steve made the marmot all crazy and psychedelic. And he usually hangs over here. But I gotta fix his little clip thing. But yeah, Jack and Shadowband are gonna be on tomorrow. We're gonna do an earlier stream.
Hopefully Sleepy and Mona,
and you know, all of the Glory's probably gonna stop over again. You know. Allie, I can invite Stevie, Red Economics, like, you know, all the people, like,
oh my God, tomorrow's Friday the 28th. I'm off all day. Yay.
And we're doing like a 7. What time is it? 7 something on the East Coast?
7:42 Shadowband.
Shadowband picked 7:42 as the time we're gonna start. And I think it was like 33 seconds or something, but we don't really have that finite of a, we'll try to be as close to that.
Loose, man.
Yeah. Like,
7:42 is close enough.
I work all weekend long, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday.
we're supposed to be getting a crazy storm coming.
I know. There's going to be snow too. I'm going to be busy as fuck balls.
Yeah, there's going to be snow for sure. That's what it looks like here. I don't know
There will be snow.
where you is.
Shadow
I bet
Band
you it'll be
is the
snowing
fucking
too.
gnome. Shadow Band and Steve, when they meet,
Yeah,
they're
there's
going
gonna
to
be at least
braid
2 or
their
3.
beards together, guys. They have a pack of braiding their beards together.
Yes, we will braid our beards together and take off our pants and hold hands.
And Tia and I are going to laugh the whole time. So, oh my God.
I've been thinking about it. It is really a good thing that my reputation does precede me with everyone who meets the Yona or learns of the Yona. The first thing they come to realize is
The
how
Yona,
supremely fucking high I am.
Yoda.
Yeah.
It's
And then when
key,
they
man. How
realize
could you overlook that?
Then when they realize how high I am, then they're able to understand all the crazy fucking shit that I'm saying and the weird jokes and the bathroom humor and all that stuff.
The
'Cause,
fucking
they're
Dennis
like,
Miller fucking references from 1987.
Yeah, normally you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But then you're like, oh, it's Yona. He's just fucking high. He's like that. And it's cool. And I roll with it,
It's like seeing that guy at the store he's always kind of talking to himself. He has a bottle of wine. He's kind of around the corner, and he keeps popping out saying random things and he has Tourette's or whatever. It's like, that's just Bob.
That's the guy I want to go talk to.
That's just Yona. Don't even.
That's
worry
who
about
I want to go talk to.
Absolutely.
I have met the coolest people.
I know his
out
name
on the
is
streets.
Yona or Bob or whatever because I go over and talk to him and be like, "What's up, dude? Are you talking to me?"
I've met some really amazing people, like guys that were just out like flying a sign, or they were houseless and they were on the sidewalk, and I don't ignore them. I go over and I talk to them. Even if I don't have anything to give them, I have like a smile and human decency to give them.
Is fucking invaluable.
Yeah.
And Dennis Miller can suck a bag of dicks too, man.
I got to say, though, Steve, you got to be careful when you introduce your other friends to the Yona because, you might be with one of your friends going to the bodega or the 7-Eleven or something, and your friend's like, oh, my God, is that somebody pissing on the garbage dumpster over there in public? And then you listen and you hear, woohoo! You're like, hey, what up, Yona? And your friend's like, oh, my God, you know that long-haired freak? Like,
that weirdo peeing on the cat
and
over
then you
there?
see me
What the
come
fuck?
out from behind it, and I'm like, yeah, bitches.
OCO, Yona? Like, oh my God, you know that guy?
Like I'm the girl that's gonna go and be like, I'm the one who's like, all right, is it clear? Like, can I get changed right here real quick, or can I piss? Like,
Let me dip
I don't want to
behind this
go in the
fucking.
public bathroom. I don't want to. Can I just do that out here?
Let me dip behind your Tesla for a minute, Bob.
That's what they call when you pop a squat there.
That's right.
Pop a squat.
Papa Squat.
That's an Indian term. Papa squat.
It's also the name of a guy I know in Maine, Papa Squat.
Not to be confused with Papa Smurf.
Totally different.
Or Penobscot.
Penobscot is a whole another one.
Yes, but you can Papa Scott and Penobscot.
I know a
you?
couple. I know a
Is
guy
that
named Penobscot Scott.
Is that Scottish?
My buddy lived in New York. Said his name was Penobscot Scott. Now that's fun to say.
And Penobscot Scott could pop squat and Penobscot.
He could pop a squat nonstop.
Wait till you folks get us live on stage. We're gonna have to charge for tickets, man.
Look the fuck out. Take this bitch on the road. Let's go.
And we got something
absolutely.
for vegans, and we got red meat featuring the Yona.
Tastes like chicken.
Don't give me that ostrich meat.
Oh no, it's Guantanamo approved cock meat.
We're sorry. It's ostrich. It's actually ostrich.
You should see my ostrich balls.
I thought he meant eggs. God damn it. He said huevos.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I feel like I think clearer when I'm high, like when I'm smoking. And I've definitely taken breaks. Like, Horny Unicorn said a few things back. You guys should take a break for a week because it's science.
For science.
It
Science!
is. No, it's good to take a break. It's really good to do that. Like, it actually resets, like, your smoking.
That song from 1982 or whatever is burned into my fucking memory bank like science. Fucking Thomas Dolby. Right?
Science.
I bet you could rock
She
that.
blinded me with science.
Weird work, rework. Do 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 do.
Oh yeah.
Science!
Hit me with that radar love one time.
All right, show everybody. So everybody say I'm so cute.
I don't know, at that time I was already getting all into that Hadaway.
Is that your good
shit,
side,
man.
Leo? He's like, this is
I'm
my
a
good
yeah.
side.
Yona has
like
suffered from Night at the Roxbury Neck for about 28 years, man.
Don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me. Oh, Christ.
Dude, that's you and me, Stever. That's you and
Yeah.
me, man.
It really is.
And then me
It
and
really
Leo are
is.
dancing. We're
I'm
the
the Chris
dancing ones.
Kattan. So you're the Will Ferrell to my Chris Kattan, buddy.
Will Ferrell. I'm more
What
of
is
a
love?
a Chris
Baby,
Farley
don't
to
hurt
your
me.
fucking your
Don't
Rough
hurt
Rider.
me no more. I mean, I would do it on the keyboard, but it's Lucky's
What?
show. We have to behave. We have to
Behave.
behave. No spitballs. No paper
Behave,
airplanes.
darling.
Sorry. I don't
Oh
want
my
to get
gosh,
a D
guys.
conduct today.
Oh my
You
gosh.
should all be in prison.
I have to show you guys.
Thank you,
Alex
Horny.
Trainer came out with a new video.
Yeah, he did, and we're about to
yeah.
drop that shit
Oh
on
my
you.
gosh, I'm gonna share it with you guys because I'm super
Boom.
excited.
Boom,
Alex,
drops the
motherfucking
sauce.
trainer.
You guys, if you don't,
It is
not
it is
subscribed, you need to go and
It is an
subscribe.
excellent video, and his level of melancholy is beyond reproach. I mean, he reaches a level.
He's really fearlessly authentic.
He is authentic as fuck and very sad, and we love him.
And I
Damn
told him that I'm going to tell him that I love him all the time until he tells me to fuck off.
That's right.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
take it from the Yona folks. When it comes to Alex Trainer, he puts the melancholy in Buddy Holly. He dies on a plane, but does it with round trip tickets.
Dude, he is so authentic in who he is. Like, oh my god.
truck.
All right, I'm
As you
gonna
can see,
rewind that.
Yeah,
You can see it on screen.
I can see it happening.
Okay.
So, real quick
All right,
shout out to
we're gonna-
Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, and Buddy Holly.
right,
Enjoy the friendly skies, my friends. And Leonard
Okay,
Skinner,
we're gonna
too.
mute the Yona for 5 minutes and 30 seconds, okay?
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
We're gonna
3
mute
o'clock,
both of us so we can play this. You guys gotta it is such a freaking touching thing. Like, I wrote him a message. Yeah, you gotta listen to this.
nothing says mental health crisis quite like a sad adult man riding in a tiny monster truck. As you can see, I haven't been doing too well. I've been so depressed I haven't been able to finish the movie about how depressed I am. And it's been a long time now, considering I shot this footage in July and it's late January. But in the summer, I had noticed a pattern in my previous videos where I could tell I was going downhill from the fact that I was buying tiny cars, which I realized I did because I no longer felt I could be funny. So I let the car do all the comedic heavy lifting 3 times in a row. It was my way of putting on a mask, of trying to be funny so people don't realize you can't even make yourself laugh. So you get to ignore all the destruction your mind is causing you, and you won't have to do the hard work of pushing yourself out of bed and accepting that you were trying to fix your problems by making them a lot worse. That without realizing it, you were digging your own grave, to the point it became a real emergency. So you couldn't just easily go back to your normal routine of doing things like staging a tiny car demolition derby in a random parking lot For some reason, easy things are now hard. And every day feels like it feels when you show up at Chick-fil-A only to realize it's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And the thrill you get when you hear the noise of the crowd just isn't there right now. I never stopped wanting to make videos. I just stopped being able to do it. And I still forced myself to buy those first 2 cars, even if it was a really bumpy road, and I knew at some point the bumps in the road would cause me to go past my tipping point, and that eventually I would just sit in front of a blank page and decide nothing I had to say was worth saying. Then, because I couldn't do stuff, I'd feel bad about not doing stuff, which ensured I definitely wouldn't be doing stuff, which made me feel more bad about stuff. And now I feel the baddest I've felt in a while, and like I'll never really beat this. I'm at the point where I tell every psychiatrist, look, I've been around the block. I mean, I did electroshock therapy, which implies a certain amount of desperation considering the main side effect is that I don't remember filming any of this footage. All I ever wanted to do was make movies and entertain people. And now I'm 32, living at home, and my mom's driving me to the hospital 3 times a week so they can put me under general anesthesia and induce seizures in my brain. No one can say I'm not trying very hard to not die. And I'm a real tank for hanging in there, for forcing myself to go to appointments and do a pale imitation of the things I used to do. There's nothing stopping me from doing those things again but me. I just don't feel the splash when I hit the water right now, and that makes it hard to give a shit, which makes it very, very hard to get back on the right track. I'd like to not be stuck in Connecticut, but how am I going to get out when I'm too sad to even move? And if I do manage to get out, how will I stop myself from feeling so alone when I'm surrounded by opportunity? How can I remind myself that there will always be a part of me that wants to take a tiny monster truck to the big city? And that's really cool. And maybe all I need to do is stop thinking about the bad stuff and make the damn video already. It doesn't even need to be good, just make it. Because doing it will make you feel happy and proud, even if you get nothing in return. Even if nobody watches you get a massive bruise. Like the poet Ringo Starr once said, it don't come easy. And to be honest, I don't think I'll ever achieve the traditional definition of success, or even be reimbursed for the cost of all these tiny cars. But if I can continue making what I think is good shit, maybe I can be amusing to some people.
Yo, good shit, man.
And maybe I can start being amusing to myself again. Because I'm not lazy or ugly or untalented. I've just got a lot of problems. And I know that while I project a shitload of negativity, deep down, I'm an optimist to the core, no matter how frustrating it can get. Like when a pushy Israeli woman disrupts my shoot so her kid can go in it. Or when after 2 days of trying, you still can't get it to float on water skis so you can tow it from the back of a boat. The world hasn't ended yet. And you still like pizza. And while objectively there's no meaning to life, that doesn't mean you can't pretend there is. You just need to savor the brief moments where you don't think all your thoughts are bad and everyone hates you. And then maybe they won't be so brief anymore. It sucks that you have to deal with this, but you're you. And you can't just easily return yourself to the store. And I guess if I had to admit it, I wouldn't rather be anyone else. Clinical depression and all.
Bad to the bone. Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's doing it. He's using his core.
Okay, we do that, but do it the other way around.
Oh my. I don't know what that means.
Oh, so he'll turn the thing around.
Wow.
Okay, so you
That
guys.
was awesome.
So it was like incredibly awesome and beautiful, and he's so sad. He's so sad. What the fuck?
You know, Yona wants to be the truck nuts to Alex Trainor's Gravedigger.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Just to
I would
cheer him
Alex-
up, I want to be a
Bigfoot.
fuzzy pair of rainbow truck nuts.
So Alex needs some support right now, guys. And if you guys could go over and go to his Twitter or go to his YouTube and just show him a little love, a little support. He's a really awesome guy. He's been on the show with Steve before, and we talked for like, I don't know, 2.5 hours and just did improv. And we hadn't talked to him before, like besides a couple messages. So I know I've showed like his videos a lot, and I just want you guys to, go show him some support if you can. I think it's really amazing that he is so authentic, and he's authentic in the fact that he has mental health and depression, and that takes. Oh my god. What the? Okay, Alex.
What the hell, Alex?
Alex is like taunting us now, guys. Oh yeah, here's Alex's. Let me show his page. Yeah, it's just Alex Trainer. It's really easy, but he's being authentic in who he is, and I feel like I messaged him earlier on Twitter and told him that his videos make a difference, and he's a beautiful human, and I will leave him alone if he tells me to fuck off, but otherwise I'm not giving up on him. So
I have to say, over the last 2 years now, and it's, of course, it's been a worldwide thing, but particularly just within my own interaction here within my own community over the last 2 years, I've watched this just depression and just overall anxiety reach a crescendo to the point of total and complete burnout of so many people that I know that are at this point just completely depressed and dead on the inside. And I can totally understand it. I've been there before.
Unicorn.
I've been in some pretty dark times, but fortunately right now the weed is good. So yeah, I digress.
Yeah, that's a fact. There's like a malaise, across humanity. It seems like, you know what I mean? And the people who are more susceptible to being depressed get more depressed, and it's exponential.
But furthermore, the revelations and the startling consciousness that has just literally grabbed some people by the shoulders and jolted them awake to the realization that maybe Big Pharma's trying to kill me, and maybe my government hates me, and maybe Republicans and Democrats both would just fucking soon kill me. That's kind of a buzzkill when you come to that realization. But maybe I'm just wrong, and I just need to be more trustful.
No, you're right, though. More people seem to be waking up to that idea that, well, maybe I shouldn't just blindly follow whatever what my fucking neighbor does, because maybe I should try to investigate things for myself.
I would say it's like Steve Cutler is the head coach of the winning football team, and so the horn goes off, the clock is at 0, you got the more points is, so you won the games is, and you're gonna get that fucking ice bath down your back. You keep looking left and right, waiting to get the ice shower, right? But in this case, this is like bench warmers on the losing team, and somebody comes up behind one of them and dumps the entire freaking ice thing down their back. Fuck, they were just working a regular job, and all of a sudden I had to wear these masks and then mandates, and then my best friend got this, and then my other friend got that, and then my sister had a miscarriage and it was a stillbirth, and blah, 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 blah. And all this shit's happened in the last 2 years. Well, no, they're not letting anybody in the hospital, and no, you can't go to the funeral. And actually the hospital already ordered cremation.
Yeah. Vaccines and mandates because hospital beds.
Yeah. And so it's just this unimaginable,
it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
and the worst part of the stress has been this, what I consider to be the pillars of society itself, which would be your trust in doctors, your trust in courts, and rule of law, your trust in firefighters, to put fires out, and your trust in police to solve crimes and catch rapists. And when you realize that cops in many cases are the rapist and they throw away most rape kits, when you realize that firefighters are being just discarded left and right for mandates, when you realize
doctors are indoctrinated by fucking incentive to fucking do what fucking big pharma says, so you can't believe them either. It's fucking horrible.
CMS is going to give them more money if they prescribe the remdesivir at the hospital after they intubate.
Right. And, even before that, though, we have to think about like the opioid crisis, the fact that baby powder had carcinogenics in it causing cancer, and they knew these things, like, and yet a lot of us have just gone along with it because like you just don't feel like you have another alternate choice. And like,
but you see, it was a four-legged table that was solidly supported by four legs, four pillars of society that unify any civilization. Their hospitals, right? Their firehouses and police houses, their court buildings, and actually, because I said fire and police were separate, I actually fucked it up. There's four pillars of society. Hospitals, courts, and legislatures, right? The government, and then there's what I call first responders, which would be police, paramedics, cops, firemen, right? And the fourth pillar would be your education system, preschool, daycare, elementary, grade school, junior high, high school, technical college, community college, junior college, university, what have you. And all four pillars of American society are in complete and total disarray and are at the lowest level of public confidence that's ever been measured. And it's only going to get worse because, for example, in the medical community, doctors and nurses that have come out with alternative protocols to Dr. Fauci's protocol of remdesivir, doctors and nurses that have offered alternative prescriptions for other medications. It's not, don't need to name things. It's just any alternative. They're immediately blacklisted. They're immediately marginalized, if not have their licenses taken away. In the case of the doctor in New Hampshire, they made her go to a psychological evaluation because they said there's something wrong with her, just like a lot of those that get injured after their shots. When they go back to the doctor to say, hey, that thing that you gave me, now this tingles and that won't work and this and that and the other. And like, I think it's all in your head. Maybe we need to schedule you for a psych eval first. And it's like, son of a bitch, you're the one that stuck me with that fucking thing. I was perfectly fine before that. You're sounding more and more crazy the more you talk. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, what happens when all the information does come out and people really start to go, oh, wait, what the fuck? What's going to happen with our healthcare system? It's going to collapse. Nobody's going to trust the doctors. Nobody's going to trust anything.
Thank you. The trust is gone. See, that's the thing about it. It's getting to the point to where it used to be. If
we
you
love
just
you,
said,
Trish.
Love you
We
too,
love you.
Trish. It used to be say, hey, trust the big Q clue and trust the plan. And if you hear somebody talk about Q clues and trust the plan, you're like, what a fucking dingus. What a fucking dumbass, right? Well, at this point, if when you hear somebody say, hey, man, the coronavirus vaccines are saving lives, man. And it's like, oh, okay, trust the plan? Yeah, you're dumb. Just trust the vax? Yeah, whatever, man. Well, it's getting to the point now where you're like, well, just trust the school. Well, just trust the Supreme Court. Well, just trust President Biden.
Trust Boris Yeltsin.
You want to hear something I'm really, really proud of?
Oh.
Skyla came to me and told me, Mom, my professors that are intelligent people, like they're supposed to be intelligent people, they are all full of propaganda. Mom, how can they be so smart and all they know is propaganda? They're talking about CNN. They're talking about like NPR and how they go to different sources to get a little bit different news.
Yeah,
And
like the Washington Times.
yeah, seriously. And my daughter, who's 18, a senior in high school, is having to call out professors. And like, you know, what do you do when that's the case? She's like, what the fuck is the point of me, you know, because she's going to graduate with a 2-year degree and she can go on to have more school and she can go on to, you know, do the college and more college. And she's like, what's the point? It's all propaganda, Mom. She comes to me the other day and she's like, My Little Pony, the new My Little Pony. She's like, Mom, it's late stage capitalism. And I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Raised her right. She knows, she's calling it out. I want her to do some Substacks and do some stuff on there because she's an amazing writer. She could really, like, I want to get her and Glory Jones, like, you know, together. They both got the big hair.
I mean, listen, you know, Yona will be the first to admit that college and university, you know, has its place. I actually tried going back to do some non-traditional student age, further higher learning. You know, it was almost like that Rodney Dangerfield Back to School movie, you know, but it was the Yona remix down there at Western Carolina University in beautiful Cullowhee, North Carolina. Ah, yes. Yeah, that didn't go over so well. Yeah, it didn't really fit in, and it was all about computers and shit. I showed up with like a pencil and notepads and stuff, you know. Turns out I'm from a paleo age, you see.
I mean, there are some really amazing things that you can learn in college, but when, you know, the psychology that you're learning is based on propaganda, it's like, well, where's the truth in that? Like, who writes this book and are they qualified to then be used as a teacher for the masses, for the children? Like, who writes these school books that the kids are taught from? Who writes the programs? What are they really learning in school?
I guess as I became an adult, I learned the valuable life lesson that it's true. If you go to school and study hard, they can fact you harder and check you off, and you'll be totally fact checked. But then you get to be an adult and realize they could fact me harder and they could check me off, but I can do all that from the comfort of my own computer seat.
You can go in the metaverse. How
fact me harder. Check me off. Call in Snopes if you have to.
Never say metaverse like that. It's wicked creepy.
Yodaverse. Say it slower, please.
Yo, never.
That was fucking hella creepy. Put some delay on that shit.
Yeah, Steve's gonna like mess with my voice and stuff. And it's funny because I don't even realize, like, I don't like go back and like watch the podcast. Like, you know, like we stream for a long time, you know, but Steve's been clipping up some of the shows, which is awesome. And I'll hear like me say something and I'm like, oh my God, that's so weird. Like, I forget that I say like these little weird things, but when I'm listening, I'm like, man, I like that. I would watch this if it wasn't, you know, our show that we're on. I'm like, I would watch that show.
You know, I am glad that you took that moment earlier to explain about the whole parting of ways, because it really informs me as to why you and Steve are so really just bummed out and dead right now. You know, it pains me to see you so not able to laugh or just move on and be happy. But, I know you'll get over it eventually.
we have a tendency to just keep it all inside. You know, we don't want to let on with all them what do you call them, feelings? Fuck.
That's why she shared the Alex Trainer.
That's right. Make you feel some feels. You feel some
after
feels?
going through all that today. That's where it left Lucky.
It's catharsis.
On a grave digger.
He put that video. He put it out today, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And
a tiny 4x4.
I just picture Lucky crossing the Brooklyn Bridge on a tiny little monster truck now, with Leo in the back.
Dude, I mean, they have little VW bus ones that were like back in the day, and I want one so bad because, like, you know, can you imagine a festival? I got the little VW bus, and like Leo's like being pulled behind me or pushed.
I want to teach him to drive like that orangutan.
Oh my
god! From yesterday's video, that guy. You see that? He was a boss, man.
Did you guys see the orangutan that orangutan that drives his own golf cart?
He was literally cruising around the zoo property, just like drive by the tigers and be like, he's like, "What up, baby?" Yeah, he drives by the tigers, you know, and he's just cruising around.
You know, no offense to George H. Bush, but when it comes to Ronald Reagan, you know, I think the Ronald Reagan orangutan team, just Reagan with that orangutan, just had so much more chemistry. They got so much more done together.
A lot of mileage.
Reagan and Bush, you know.
They got a lot of business done. They got a lot of policy.
For those of you that aren't familiar with the history of Ronald Reagan, it's all in film, fortunately, for you to enjoy. Oh, dear.
Right. What was the name of it? Something, Mr. Trouble with Dribbles? I don't know. I can't remember.
Mr. Giggles.
Oh my gosh,
Giggles.
Mr. Giggles, the
we
chimpanzee.
have another video that we have
Mr.
to
Giggles,
show.
the chimpanzee's sidekick, became president of the United States.
That's correct. His name was
the
Mike
sidekick
All right.
of Giggles, the fucking monkey.
I have one more video that totally like relates to like what we are going through right now that Alex dropped. It's only 54 seconds. So
the other day I made an exciting archaeological discovery.
Whoa.
The remains of a Southern California style beach house in a mall in Waterbury, Connecticut. While we'll never know for certain why it still smells like Axe body spray, it offers a rare glimpse into an ancient civilization dominated by male models. Through carbon dating, we can tell that the interior was dimly lit, not unlike a cave. With music played so loudly, its echoes can still be heard today. Paleontologists have already excavated what appears to be a puka shell necklace, which would indicate that these were Homo sapiens. Yet something tells me that if I told them that, they'd say, no homo. So who were these people? Why did they worship the Pacific Ocean? Why were they popular and I wasn't? I look in the window for answers, yet all I can see is a reflection of myself, but older. Maybe that's the real discovery.
That's not a dead mall. That's a purgatory. Yeah. Getting major purgatory vibes there. All right. Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
I was muted. That was
there we go.
Okay, so I was saying that I used to go, like, I remember the smell at the mall and the loud music, and like I haven't been there in years, but that totally brought me back, and I'm like, oh, that, like, you don't want to go past that.
I always flash back, and it's like In Excess playing on a distorted speaker above us as we're walking.
Devil inside, devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh.
Get it, Michael.
So where's he hanging out these days? Oh, too soon?
Too soon.
Oh, too soon. Oh, did you hear?
I don't even know what you guys
That was
said.
otter erotic. Okay.
Oh, hey, Steve.
Otter erotic.
Speaking of the
gosh.
recently deceased, did you hear that the comic Louis Anderson just died here recently, along with Meatloaf?
Of the same thing, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, Louis Anderson just died with Meatloaf, just as he lived. Bad joke. Too soon. It's too soon.
You know,
did you hear
I
about
love-
Bob Saget? Bob
Yeah.
Saget, in fact, was found on the floor, and the dog was licking his balls. But he sucked dick for vax, and
He did.
boo this man! Boo this
Boo this
man!
I love Bob Saget. I think that guy was a genius. The other guy,
All my dead jokes just die immediately.
they're short-lived.
I mean, I've thought about so many dead people tonight, and you know, it just doesn't cheer me up. But anyway,
It's just the ghosts around us, man. They circle around. They're all over the place. What are you gonna do? You know, they need some
I can't
airtime.
not talk about the dead people. I mean,
They
otherwise
need
they're just
airtime.
dead.
You know, Bob
Maybe they-
Dylan said, "Forget about the dead; they will not follow you."
Oh, but they will. Ask Chief Seattle. He
They
warned
do.
you. Did I
Bob
say
was-
dead? They're not
Bob
really
was
dead.
lying.
You guys got to see.
Part of the Zion complex.
I
Pretty
think
sure.
that like these guys conspired to make me really happy today because Mr. Turtle came out with the new
See,
video.
otter erotic.
Hey guys,
asphyxiation.
it's Mr. Total in the house. I'm the New World Otter.
And then
Today
you
we're
guys.
singing about No way, that's my alma mater. Are you a part of their Skull and Bones secret society? Not at liberty to say, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Prescott Bush didn't steal the skull of Geronimo. It was me. That's incredibly disrespectful. Oh, you have no idea about all the occultist stuff that goes down in these secret societies. I can imagine. Did I ever tell you my great-great-pop-pop was close friends with Barbara Bush's daddy, Aleister Crowley? They got into all kinds of sex magic shenanigans together. Wow, we're really getting off topic here. Tell us something about your Skull and Bones initiation. Okay, but you have to promise this stays between us. Your secret's safe with me. Okay, so the ritual is called Skull and Boners. They had us blindfolded and stripped naked, holding each other's dinglings, marching around and round to that piano melody from Eyes Wide Shut. You know, the dum 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 dum. I don't want to come off as judgmental or homophobic, but that sounds incredibly gay. Amen. It wasn't my proudest moment, and until this day, I'm still dealing with this huge complex. The military-industrial complex? Yeah. It's rough making billions of dollars from the war racket, knowing full well so many innocent lives could have been spared. And especially lately, it's been weighing heavy on my little heart. I think that's unrelated heart inflammation. But the latest studies from Israel show it's just a mild carditis.
Georgetown got a face-off on November 2nd, 2004.
A neck-and-neck race would put up bones, man, who likes to be president-elect for sure.
John F. Kennedy's warning of societies forming a monolithic conspiracy.
Assassination according to the Commission of War and move along people.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies.
Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us? Not much, because it's a secret. Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code? I wish there were something secret I could manifest. 322, secret number? There are all kinds of secrets.
Snowden showed us we're all being spied on, but we didn't mind at all. Got nothing to hide at all. Police love your secrecy. Oh, the hypocrisy. Ignore our rights to bodily autonomy. Culling will come to pass, and justice will be had. Great resist will emerge victorious. But until that day, we mustn't be afraid over our skull and bones. This is our hill to die on.
Wow. Oh my God. That was dank as fuck.
Let's hear it for the New World Otter, Mr.
Yeah.
Toidle.
Mr. Turtle, guys.
If I can kill
Like
it.
he is. There is his thing right there.
Myocarditis.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I got to give a big Novus Ordo Seclorum shout out to New World Otter there.
Yeah,
That
if you
was some
guys are
dank
not
mean shit fire.
subscribed, please go subscribe to him and let him know we want to have him on the show. I send everybody over there to say that because I really want to have him on. He's hilarious. I mean, like, come on.
That's some quality writing, man. The myocarditis thing fucking had me. Fucking same time you busted out laughing. I'm like, oh god. That was funny.
It's funny because like him and Alex both dropped these like within, I don't know, hours of each other, and I'm like, oh my god, I needed this today. Even on my worst days, I can always find something to laugh about.
You know, I really have to say, I so much appreciate Alex Trainer and for you promoting him and putting out his stuff here. There's something I'd like to share. I guess I'm gonna dedicate this here to Alex Trainer, pulling something out of the Yona archive here from something that I wrote way back in 1995. I guess that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it starts out with a biblical verse. I don't know what I was smoking some godly weed at the time, I guess. So this is Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, Yona is strong. Let's see. All right. And then let's see. The other one is, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Smoke weed. So here we go. And twin girders support both sides of the roaring span. Waters of such width, 97 licking flood at hand. Kimball Piano and McKinney'sburg stone piers, all three. Overhead truss replaced with some Old Bailey rust, you see. Depression beyond recognition. Fucked up beyond all contrition. Now 2 lanes and curve smooth left, so happy beyond belief. Spite inaccurate stone at the old home, I have a new bridge over grief. Half coal heart, ablaze anew. Sweet joy, tears of mountain dew. And they flow, all of yesterday's. Sorrows burnt plumb through. This ragged old heart of mine, as I push this cart so blind. Strength upon the ridge east of Hood's Valley over the C&O, unbroken circle where the iron horse still threads the tunnel below. There beneath my feet, what do I greet but 2 hearts washed in sunlight and wet eyes uplifted in peace, departing hand in hand, faces full, sky to the east. Skipping into the future and trusting with faith, the 3-legged stool, infinity the measure, endless the pleasure, waiting that baptismal pool, washed of all the guilt and freed from 4 shackles of shame. Dude, J-Lo, sis and bro, now forever blessed are one name. It ends with the lament. For I appeal to any white man to say, if ever he entered this cabin hungry and was given not rest, if ever entered and came cold and naked and not leaving clothed and warmed during the course of the last long and bloody war, Yona remained idle in his cabin, an advocate for peace. Such was my love then, that my countrymen passed as pointed as my countrymen pointed as they passed and said, Yona is a friend. and I have even thought to live with you, but for the injuries of one man. Colonel Creasap, the last spring, in cold blood and unprovoked, murdered all of the surviving relations of Logan, not sparing even his wife and children, even the toddler and infant. There runs now not a single drop of the blood of Logan, of any creature on the earth. This has called on Logan for revenge, which he has sought and has killed many and satisfied his bloodlust and glutted his vengeance, fulfilling his revenge. And for his country, he has rejoiced at the beams of peace. But do not harbor one thought that Logan enjoys fear, for Logan never felt fear, and he will not turn his heel to ever even save his own life. Yet now, who is there to mourn for Logan? Not one. Ah, the Logan lament. And so, that's where I was for the longest time until my life was changed and I became a parent. It became apparent to me, the changes to me in my life became apparent when I became a parent. So there you go. And that's the moral of the story. That was my new bridge over grief. Suck it up and be the adult in the room. There's children to raise.
That was lovely. Grown folks got shit to do.
That wood don't chop itself.
Right. I remember this one guy, his name was Daryl, when we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House in Gainesville, Florida, when my twins were born. He was like, they were just talking about how, adults handle things the way that they handle the way that they come at them. And like this young couple was like bugging out over stuff. And the dude Daryl's just like, yo, grown folks got shit to do. They got their own shit to do. Don't worry about all that other shit. Just take care of your shit that you got to do because you're fucking grown folks. And them kids just like kind of snapped to attention like, yeah, all right, that makes sense. Because they were all kind of panicked and, you know what I mean? You're having a baby and then they're preemie or so there's some kind of issue. So you got to stay at the hospital with them. And you know what I mean? We were there for like 69 days. And that was just wild to watch this couple that they were just like in their teens, late teens, having a baby that was like special needs, was in the ICU for almost as long as our babies. And they just like rose to the occasion. You know what I mean? Like they both just fucking did what they had to do to get it done and make sure that they were going to be okay. All the things that were up in the air, they didn't have a place to stay at first. They, I just watched them like grow into grown folks, man, because they had shit to do.
Yeah,
but depression has a stranglehold on you, though. Like,
Yeah. That can also be a thing.
It can be really hard. It can feel really isolating, and with mental health always being like this taboo topic, it makes it like, people don't want to express themselves about it or whatever it is, and we need to talk about things and move towards the things that we fear. I always say that, but it's true. If we move forward towards the things that we fear, we can come out on top of this, and we can do it together. Like there's nothing easy about overcoming the depression, and I deal with it myself. I have for like my whole life, as far back as I can remember, and certain times it's worse than others, but I feel like we have this amazing thing, though, this healing place where we're here to support each other, and we're able to do that in such a a loving way and around the world, and put bring each other up.
I'm going to share some very personal information about the Yona, but I'm not ashamed of it. And it pains me when I see people
that have suffered or are suffering with mental anguish and depression and mental issues being shamed for such. But what's very bizarre for me, you see, is having been institutionalized in mental facilities, not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's right. Bingo winner. And every time,
winner, chicken dinner.
That's right. Because
and look at the coyotes are calling right now.
And so what led me there each time was the point where all my friends and family were worried about me because I was painting, things on the wall. Like I made this painting on the wall in 1999 of the World Trade Centers being hit by airplanes because it was a copy of the cover of my Arabic manual that I received in 1993 when I was learning Arabic in the Army. And nobody thought it was really that crazy in 1999. But then in October of 2001, my family thought, we think you should get checked out. And I was like, but you see, they planned it all and it was an inside job. And they're like, yeah, you're crazy. And then later on, it was like, I don't trust the doctors. I'm not taking these medicines. I don't want the lithium. I'm not taking the injections. I don't trust you doctors. Yeah, you're crazy. And so the bizarre thing is everything that's happened in the last year and a half to drive most everybody crazy has actually been the best thing that ever happened for my mental health, because it turns out all this fucking time, I wasn't fucking crazy. I was right, motherfucker. The doctors are out to kill everybody. 911 was an inside job. Thank you. I'm not crazy. All you motherfuckers are evil, mean motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck you and fuck you and fuck you for making me question my fucking instincts and question what I perceive constantly every day of my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like
from from childhood on. It's crazy.
Who's crazy now?
I had a dream. I had a dream the week before 9/11 happened. I first saw it happen. I saw exactly what happened. And I was supposed to fly like a couple days later. So you can imagine I'm just like, yeah. It's just me, being, like paranoid or whatever, anxious maybe because I was flying. I don't know. I'm not afraid of flying. I never have been. But I saw it actually happen. And, I'm out in Washington State and my dad wakes me up and he's like, there's something happening on the Eastern Seaboard. And I'm like, what? I get up and I see I'm there to see the second plane hit. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
I watched the second plane hit live.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
From a gas station television set that was across the street from where I was surveying at the construction site of 223 North Spalding Avenue in Lebanon, Kentucky, building the new Marion County Courthouse Annex, which houses it's the new courthouse building. Ironically, that my dad and I designed and did all the staking out for the courthouse building itself. We worked very closely with the architect in getting the new courthouse built. And so it was the morning of September the 11th, 2001, when I was collecting data out there, when it started to happen. People literally parked on the road and were running over to the gas station to see what's going on. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on over here? We're in the middle of working. We're away from the car. We don't even have the radio. I mean, we have walkie-talkies, but we're doing a survey work on tripods. And we got our orange vests on and, we're doing our thing. So anyhow, I see that as soon as I see that on the screen, I start having a fucking mental episode. And I'm like, oh my God. As soon as I get back to the house, I go digging through all my dictionaries and books that I was issued by DOD publication numbers and everything, all of my Army issued learning materials. And I find my Arabic course, Volume 1, Book 1, and there it is on the cover. And I'm like, oh my God, this cover art was produced for an Arabic language course. And it's got a DOD publication date of March 1993. And it's September 2001. Huh.
Well, then I guess they kind of had some idea of something precisely like this was going to happen 8.5 years later, at least.
Yep.
And then
Find anything that happened to us in our lifetime or before, and find something that it doesn't reflect. Like there's not a book or a movie that proves that oh, that was coming. They were getting us ready for what was coming.
I immediately get super duper freaked out, paranoid, and my friend and his dad, who own and work at the local Shell gas station, are Lebanese, and he of course speaks fluent Arabic, and so I'm always going in there and speaking Arabic with him. And he's like, "Well, his son wants to learn Arabic," and so 911 happens, and literally on September the 12th, I go into the Shell station. I was like, "Hey, is your son Daniel still wanting to learn Arabic? Because I've got all these Arabic books and dictionaries. I've got loads of books, and I'll give them all to him, and he can just use them to learn Arabic." He's like, "Sure, that'd be great." I was like, "Cool, I got them in the trunk. I'll bring them in right now. Here, they're yours."
Yeah, thank you, bye.
And I was like, "Oh, and then I was just so fucking paranoid. I threw away my cell phone and everything, and I'm like, fuck, I know they're gonna hunt me down. They're gonna find me." And then I smoked a bunch of weed, and I kind of came back down to earth. But at that point, it was too late, and they're like, hey, brother, yeah, what's up, sister? We want to show you something outside." I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I walk outside, and there's paramedics there and an ambulance, and they're like, "It's for your own good." Oh, great. "We think there's something wrong with you, but we're going to paint over the walls, and we're going to fix your room back up." And so all the things I painted on the wall. I'd already gotten rid of all my books. I was trying to be good,
Right.
But they're like, "You're so paranoid, and you think the government is out to kill us, and that's not normal." It's like, yeah, I know. I mean, imagine the government deliberately trying to kill people. Crazy me.
As if.
Crazy me.
That's fucking
dear.
sucky, Yona, because the people obviously had no idea of the insight that the Yona could provide to people if they just open their fucking eyes for a second.
But
you
all
could
the
point them
folks
in the
were
right
like,
direction.
Well, Yona is an army vet, and you know how vets are. He's like all PTSD'd out,
Right?
All crazy and shit, and talking shit about fucking inside jobs and black flags and Asian provocateurs and FBI
Top secret
plots and stuff. I mean, this is like in 1997, 1998. Motherfucker, It's like 2022 now. So,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to gloat. I don't mean to make light of other people's suffering with everything that's been going on, but goddamn, I've suffered for 20 years, like Sarah Connor on Terminator. You know what I'm saying? They got me locked up in the lockup. I'm not lying about the Cyberdyne and the fucking Terminator robots, motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
We need to get to Mexico, Lucky.
Meanwhile, fucking
Before the
Skynet is being.
Holocaust.
Meanwhile, Skynet is being set up all around you, and it's reality. It's
Well, you say Skynet, Stever. I like to think of it as immunization infrastructure modernization. Track and trace. Hey, where'd you go? Who are your contacts again?
Public, private, public.
Oh, wow. I like that horny unicorn. Those are like goat horns. I guess unicorn is part goat. As in, greatest of all time. Am I right?
Horny is the greatest of all time. Come on. Horny unicorn, for fuck's sake. Besides, like, Gaina Fauci, you know what I mean? For names, for nicknames.
No,
those
there's
are
really
top
good
two.
ones.
Come on. What's better than Gaina Fauci? Come on.
I don't know. I'm tired right now.
I
think
got
Lucky
one for you,
Burrito.
Stever.
All right.
I got one for you. Hashtag balls deep state.
Balls deep state. I saw somebody that had that on a t-shirt, dude.
I'm gonna say it slower for you, so all the three-lettered agencies can relish in that sultry, lugubrious, unctuous oil wealth. Balls deep state.
Unctuous fucking articulation of syllables.
Ooh, my bongo is bubbling like Macondo. We've got a deep horizon spill here. Corrects it.
Keep that out of your booty. Let's see. Your booty called and said, "All right, are we about to wrap this up? What's going on?"
I was making some Yemen jokes today because there's two sides of the conflict in Yemen, right? There's the Houthis and the Houthis. And, you know, the Houthis are with the Saudis. And so, and it turns out there is a sheikh in Djibouti. So the Saudis and the Houthis work with Sheikh Djibouti to fuck the Houthis.
Mona.
I may be totally wrong.
I don't mean to make light of it, but I mean, you know, the United States is building a military base on the Yemeni island of Socotra at the mouth of the Red Sea because, well, it's ours now.
Because fuck yeah.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Yeah, before we end the stream, breaking news. The United States has new territory and a brand new military base going up. It's no longer part of Yemen. The island of Socotra now belongs to Israel and the United States.
Let's hear it for Israel.
Make that change to Google Maps,
Mona
please.
C. Nice to see you.
Make that change to Google Maps. People use it to navigate. After all, they need to know they're now in Israeli-American military territory.
Somebody please edit that, okay?
And if you haven't looked, the trees and everything that's on the island of Socotra, it looks like a fucking Star Wars kingdom. I mean, seriously, if you ever hear native music from Socotra, it's like, yeah, like seriously, man. Check it out. Like the fucking trees are fucked up looking. Like imagine a tree that's got like T-Rex sized branches with little miniature leaves, like maybe 5 or 6 leaves, and then the trunk of the tree is like 25 feet around.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is that? I mean, it looks like the trees from Horton Hears a Who. It's like fucking Dr. Seuss. Flora.
That's when you have to be. That's when you have to be nervous. Is when you see Dr. Seuss plant life in real life around a military base that looks like it could be, you know, a fucking remake of the Death Star. You got to be proud. I'm proud to be an American, and I just want to say they took our jobs.
Yeah. But I'm glad I got to get a shout out to all my homies out there in Socotra that are still Yemeni and still on the island of Socotra right there at the mouth of Al-Bahar al-Ahmar. Hey, thanks, Uncle Sam, for the Arabic lessons, by the way. And it always helps me through airport security. Oh, they love a Lugha Arabiya. Anyhow, assalamu alaikum. And
Hell
so,
yeah.
It helps. It helps. It does.
Hell yeah, Mona. We want to have a double date, and maybe we could have Polly and Jack Sith can be the third. We could have what do you call that? Triple date.
We're just gonna have we're gonna have a fun stream
because Yona's off work too, so you know he's gonna pop by. So hey, come on by tomorrow or later.
Just later today.
What day is it?
Who's this?
And don't
Friday?
lose heart. The American Empire is not totally dead. We were able to take the island of Socotra, and you didn't even know about it. Oh, but you do, because you're a Burritonian, and you're fearlessly authentic about that shit. Oh yeah.
Burritonians, no. That's what I hear.
Hear it here first with the Yona updates.
I think Glory Jones is stopping in tomorrow night too.
That's right. And Mona, Shadow Polly Band Jammers said something like 7:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
But
that's
Sleepy
just kind
told
of
me
that's a vague time,
that you might not be home at that time, so we're gonna probably just have it like open. Like we'll just have it, and I'll make sure you get the link or whatever.
It
But
will-
You know,
it will
I
be-
was so
it will be
high, I
dystopian.
forgot why I mentioned the 12 years of working at a pizza place, and that was everywhere I worked with the Yona. I would do my rants, I would make
Yeah.
my jokes, and all of them would say, all of them. So Gualaneg, Chiduda, because I gave them all Cherokee names, right? I'll adopt them all into
Nice.
my tribe. And so all my coworkers, I just call them by the Cherokee names because I'm not remembered. I can't remember John Smith, Uda Yalata. Uda Yalata is easier than John Smith. You might as well be John Doe. I can't pronounce that. How do you spell that? Uda Yalata. I'll just call you Yalata. All right, that's a Cherokee name. What's that mean? Shadow. I sense a lot of Carl Jung projection from you. Yona, who the fuck is Carl Jung? See, so these people have known me forever there, and they would always come to a conclusion. Every friend has told me this. Dude, you need to get on one of those podcasts or something, man. You don't really belong around here, man. And and I can't tell you how many people have told me that. And then finally one day, Lucky was like, "Why don't you just come on, bro?"
No, that was before I even started the freaking show. I was like, I'm going to start a show, and you're coming on.
And Yona, you are it. Let's go.
Yep. But now,
Here
to
we
be
go. Let's go,
fair,
Brandon.
I've done radio before. I did all the radio and TV spots, interviews when we were at our Occupy group again. And then for the last several months, I've been doing the town halls, which is like a Zoom call forum thing, kind of like a Union of the Unwanted, only nobody watches it but us. Well, and
I want to get in on one of them.
But it's
tell
great.
Me when
the
those are
Ground
on.
Theft World Town Hall, and you pay the $10 to subscribe to their Tragedy and Hope thing, their Grand Theft World thing, and then you get to do the town halls, and there's all these resources and logic courses and kind of a trivium of Greco-Roman old. Anyhow, long story short, I've been doing these town halls, and so I was kind of okay with that, but I don't really like to smoke weed in front of the camera. I'd keep going to, oh wait, I got to hit this thing again. Let me see here. Stop camera. Yeah, they don't know I'm. And then finally, I'm like, Yona, we all know you're smoking weed. You can turn your camera back on. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, busted.
Y'all can hear me.
If you're gonna do that, mute your microphone. We can't hear over your coughing, man.
Pull your pants up, bro. You're still on camera.
Busted. And then when Lucky was like, yeah, we should just do that, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a chance for me to go from just the Marshall Mathers III that everybody knows on the Grand Theft World Town Hall podcast to Slim Shady. Now
live in Univision.
The Yoda. What's my
everybody,
pronoun?
We love you. We love you all. Thank you.
I have
thank
three
you for coming.
pronouns.
Thank you. 3 gonads, ladies and gentlemen.
3 pronouns: a, and the. A Yona, and Yona, or the Yona.
Right. Those are you can use those tenses in any order that you like.
But confusingly, I prefer the Yona. Don't call me the Yona. It's the Yona. It rhymes.
That's like my aunt or my aunt. Which one is it?
So I think we're going to wrap up for tonight. I'm super exhausted. Oh my gosh.
So tired.
Yeah, I've been having really bad insomnia the last couple days, and my sleep pattern is so off. Oh my god, it's so frustrating. It's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna close my eyes, and then I'm like, wide awake, back wide awake. I'm like, oh damn it, really?
I can only imagine. I can only imagine how many. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I was just saying thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We love you and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, my last comment is I can only imagine how many drapetomaniacs were, in fact, insomniacs lying in their slave quarters, sleepless at night, tossing and turning, just yearning to be free.
Yeah.
And we're there, folks. We're there. I'm thinking about it. And when the time comes,
I'm making a run for it because I befriended all of the bloodhounds that are supposed to chase the Yona down. Yona been giving them treats. We homies like that, they ain't gonna bark after my trail, and I'm out that bitch.
The hounds, huh? Releasing those hounds.
I'm gonna be free as a bird. I'll be free as I'll be as free as a bird as Robbie Van Sant, bro. That's right.
And once again, bringing it back to plane crashes and rock and roll. Thank you very much. Good night.
Circle the plane back. Boing is the sound a 737 makes when it makes a nose landing. Boing.
Boing. All right, y'all. We love you so much. And
we're going to head out. But we will be back tomorrow.
We will be back tomorrow. And thank you for hanging with us. Click the link in the description, and we love you.
And
Free Mr. Wilson.
Free Mr. Wilson.
Free Mr. Wilson. I'm all out of jokes. I gotta go get some more. Love you guys.
Love you.
Peace out.